All right, and I think we are a go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for race 13 of the, or 14, either 13 or 14 of 36, as NASCAR's best are now in Music City for the Nashville Superspeedway race, the Cracker Barrel 400 from Nashville Superspeedway. Their fifth ever time for the NASCAR Cup Series in Music City, racing on the 1.3-mile concrete surface track. And it's also home to one of the most chaotic races we saw last year, where we saw 5 overtimes last year at Nashville Superspeedway trying to end the race, leading to one of the most controversial championship moments in recent NASCAR history. Well, let's just hope that last year was just a fluke, and hopefully that this year will go much smoother than what last year was about. Hopefully it goes scheduled distance this time and not end in overtime. That's what I would like to see. And this is the second race on NASCAR on Amazon Prime, on Prime Video, since last week was a banger and Amazon Prime smashed it out of the park with their coverage. So tonight we're in store for more race coverage. Hopefully it'll be on par to what last week was when Amazon Prime covered the Coca-Cola 600. So we'll see. But anyways, let's see who we'll see tonight. Will we see a fifth different winner here at Nashville Superspeedway, or will it be a repeat winner from one of the 4 drivers who won the first 4 races at Nashville Superspeedway? That's yet to be determined. Hey, NASCAR Fan 33. As you can tell, once again, I'm watching this race off of my phone.
So is this a new average Kyle Larson? Because it'll be the first time ever. Or are they hiding something? Or are they going to be better? Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous with the speed ahead at practice and qualifying. This is Kyle Larson we're talking about, man. I'm not jumping off the bandwagon. No. Don't give away your seat yet.
Don't give away your seat. Wow.
Ready to go in Nashville. Let's send it trackside for the command.
All right, here we go for the command.
And now, here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome 4-time Academy of Country Music Award nominee and top-selling singer-songwriter, Ernest.
Nashville, Tennessee. The sun does shine on Music City. And drivers, start your engines!
Crank him up, gang. Crank him up. 39 of NASCAR's best roar their engines to life in Music City as we get ready to set sail in the Cracker Barrel 400 from Nashville Superspeedway, coming up next on Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime on TV? No, I do. I do have Amazon Prime on TV, but for some reason it's not letting me watch the races when I try to watch it on TV. I can only watch like past live streams on the TV.
You can run the perfect race. Denny Hamlin leading the pack on the final lap. And then, boom. Oh, Hamlin's hit. Hamlin is out of it. That's true in racing and life. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control. So you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps.
Oh, you're watching the race live on Amazon Prime Video as well? On your TV or on your phone, NASCAR Fan 33? Kyle, one question before you leave pit road. Oh, what is it, interviewer? Oh, it's on your TV? Do you have like an Amazon Prime subscription? Because that's what it showed me. When I tried to get the race on my TV, it said I had to pay like a subscription to it. Do you think you can get redemption from last year? Fuck you! Don't ever mention last year ever again! Stop talking!
More passion unleashed, more history made, more precision display, more moments you can't miss. And for the first time, only on
Grandpa, why am I not up front? Well, Ty, maybe it's because you didn't qualify well. That's why. Maybe you figure it out. Yeah, you better leave, interviewer. Don't ever interrupt me again during the race. New Doritos, they're gold sriracha tangy sweet. Tangy sweet. Nice. Nice, NASCAR fan 33. I used to eat Doritos a lot too until I stopped. Now I'm like a Tostitos kind of guy. No, you're not a bad interviewer, John. I'm just having some fun with you, you know?
You hear Fogarty and Church, and you know it is time for NASCAR on Prime. 39 stock.
All right, and the cars are rolling. The cars are now rolling off the pit lane.
Four races. Denny Hamlin not on that list, but driver 11 has led the most laps when you look at the last four races.
Grandpa, can I take Denny Hamlin's ride? Ty, how are you gonna drive two cars at one race?
Man, I know you're excited. You got your third maybe on the way, and that could happen any minute. I know there's been a lot talked about this weekend on whether you'd be racing today. What are the nerves right now?
You're really just excited about the opportunity to win. Obviously, had a great car yesterday, qualified well, practiced well. And got a lot of good things going on.
Maybe when Denny Hamlin retires, I can take the 11. Ty, your son with the 54.
The last several years, and kind of want to know what's the most important thing you need your car to do tonight.
I think just wrapping the bottom is going to be something that's important. We're still going to have to move around when we're in traffic, but having a car that can stay on the bottom, stay planted there, get through traffic. When we get to lap traffic, that's going to be key.
Thanks so much for giving us some time before the race, bud.
Yep, Denny Hamlin's going to be on the watch list for this race because he has a third baby on the way. It could happen any minute. But anyways, here's the starting grid. Second week in a row, Chase Briscoe on the pole alongside Denny Hamlin's teammate. Row 2 got William Byron and Tyler Reddick. Row 3 got Brad Keselowski and Ross Chastain, last week's winner of the Coca-Cola 600. Row 4, you got Christopher Bell and Michael McDowell. Great qualifying run from McDowell, and Christopher Bell looking for redemption after dominating last year. In top 10, you got last year's winner Joey Logano after 5 overtimes, and Christopher Buescher in the 17 car.
Leader William Byron coming off that runner-up finish last weekend after having the dominant car, and despite that second place finish being bittersweet, Fruity Fuel told me last week was confirmation of everything the team does right, but they're always looking for more, so they combed through the final 50 laps of last week's race together to get better, to identify things they can expect and circumvent next time.
Yep, William Byron dominated last week in the Coca-Cola 600, but lost in a hard-fought duel with Ross Chastain. In row 6, you got Chase Elliott, who won here in 2022 alongside Bubba Wallace. In row 7, you got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Eric Jones. Then Ryan Blaney and Austin Cindric in row 8. Then you got row 9, you got AJ Allmendinger starting in the 17th spot alongside Justin Haley. And rounding out the top 20, you got Ryan Preece and Josh Berry rounding out the top 20 positions. And AJ Allmendinger coming off a very strong top 5 run in the Coca-Cola 600, rounded out with the 4th place finish last week. Grandpa, let's get this Interstate Batteries car to victory lane so it can be a diecast. Walter, you're gonna have to earn that win. I can't just give wins away. Now Austin Dillon and Ty Grandpa Gibbs in row 11. And Shane Van Gisbergen and Alex Bowman. There's Kyle Busch starting in the 25th spot after spinning out in practice alongside Carson Hocevar. Then Zane Smith and Kyle Larson, the 2021 winner, the inaugural Nashville Superspeedway winner. Then Cole Custer back there.
Pace was pretty good, maybe the best we've ever had at Nashville, but qualifying in that first group is so tough. He said, I'll admit, not my best track here at Nashville, but I think we'll race way better than we qualify.
Could Ryan Truex race? It could happen because Denny Hamlin is on the watch for this race. And there's the final rounding out positions. Final drivers rounding out the field. The 39 car field of this race.
And row 19 tonight, Riley Herbst, J.J. Yaley Herbst, a rookie from Las Vegas. And rounding out the field tonight from Knoxville, Tennessee, is Chad Benjamin with 66.
All right, there's your starting lineup. And the lights are out on the pace car. So we're going green this time by. And for the first time since 2001, I believe, Cracker Barrel is the title sponsor for this race. The Cracker Barrel 400. We all know what happened the last time Cracker Barrel sponsored a NASCAR race back in 2001. Don't need to go into further details. You know what happened back then. All right, going through turns 3 and 4. 90, 95, 115. That's the stage breakdown. All right, here they come. Pace car makes a hard left turn on the pit road. The crowd is on its feet. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see who gets the guitar after winning here in Music City. Coming to the restart zone. And the green flag is in the air. And the Cracker Barrel 400 is green. Whoa. A little slipping and sliding through the midfield. That was from Ross Chastain, but he gets back in line. And coming off turn number 4, Chase Briscoe is going to lead the first lap as they're side by side for the 3rd spot. And there's AJ Allmendinger. Looks as though he's already? All right, stop and go. So that's Allmendinger serving his penalty. Penalty of some sorts.
He's looking for a quick yellow. That would save this 16 car. Really good battles back here in the field.
Meanwhile, a bit further deep in the field, Kyle Larson trying to not waste any time, trying to get some positions down. But he's mired back in traffic to do so. Oh, this could be tight when Allmendinger trying to blend back into the field. Whoa, Larson. Yikes. Don't know what happened to Larson there, but he lost a ton of ground.
behind him. Let's take a look.
All right, what happened here?
Here's
What happened to
on the
Larson?
outside, off the turn. Oh, look at that looseness.
Got into Ty Gibbs' wake. Oh!
So he gets loose into one. The 54.
That was Todd Gilliland, I think. No, that was Zane Smith that got into the back of the 5. And that was on the initial start with Ross Chastain losing it a little bit, but he gathered it back up.
By the way, those are two drivers that have won here in Nashville. It speaks to how challenging this place is. Marty, what's up with Larson?
Not a word, Adam, from Kyle Larson about what happened right there, but I think Junior nailed it. He just got way too free. And Junior, I'll go back to what he told me in the pre-race show. Starting that far back, he said,
Focus, Ty! Don't worry about that!
We have to be very smart about the positions we put ourselves in to gain those spots. So you got to wonder, Junior, would Larson now drive maybe a little more conservatively early in this race?
Well, I think he knows he's got plenty of race car, and he's savvy enough, smart enough as a race car driver to know not to drive over his head in this situation. You got a lot of traffic in front of him. He's going to have opportunities to beat a lot of these cars on pit road tonight. Plenty of people are going to make tons of mistakes to get more track condition. So he's in good
Now
shape.
Larson's got a lot of work to do to try to get to the front.
That's one thing we were worried about with practice times and qualifying speed. What kind of speed does the car even have? So that's still something we're going to figure out here in the early stages. Well, this is the challenge. When you say conservative,
Gotta stay patient, Larson. Gotta stay patient. It's a long race.
Chose to stick with the outside, gave Riley Herbst to that 35 a shove down into the corner. Yeah. He was checking up, trying not to run in the back of the
Running on board with Daniel Suarez. Terrible qualifying run for Suarez.
He was a little bit free, but I think the contact was mostly what saved up the racetrack there. He referenced Gibbs. Gibbs is 21st.
Do I think AJ Allmendinger could overcome from this setback after that stop and go? I mean, it could happen. We saw what he was capable of doing last week in the Coca-Cola 600 when he rallied to a top 5 finish. So we'll see.
Showing us the asphalt or the concrete and exactly what that looks like, how imperfect the surface is. It's so rough. You see the chatter as it goes around the racetrack.
It's a pretty big setback. Yeah, that is true.
The car just kind of bounces across the joints.
But again, it's still early in the race, so a lot can still happen.
Right there. That little bump right there is a newer bump that Chase Elliott, some of the drivers talk about, may be a problem on the long run if they're losing grip in the car and you've got somebody on your door on your left side and making you really tight right there. You can bounce tight or loose across that bump late on corner exit turn 4. We'll keep an eye on that. This feels a little bit like a broken record. I think back to last week, Coke 600. You got Briscoe on the pole. He's up front. Hamlin spent so much time in the top 5 last week. Same for William Byron, who led all those laps. Tyler Reddick was there. And look at our top 4 tonight, 19, 11, 24, and 45.
So far, Toyota has 4 of its drivers in the top 5. Briscoe, Hamlin, top 2, and Reddick and Bell, 4th and 5th. The only Toyota not in the top 5 is William. The only driver that's not a Toyota in the top 5 is William Byron, who's in 3rd. As we're looking back at Kyle Busch, back in the 26th spot, he really hasn't gone anywhere since he started. He's trying to get some ground down. Gets by Ty Dillon for the 25th spot back at where he started.
Track just kind of sinking down, creates stronger, shorter, more difficult ball to get through each time we come back. Hard to believe that Kyle Busch, last top 10 early April, Darlington. We talked about trying to recover, Dale. This is what you mentioned right here in practice. And you'll see the car back there in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, this was during practice. Yep, Kyle just lost it off the corner. Had to go through the grass.
And that's the bump they've ground. You see that little light space right there? They've ground that to make this a little bit more comfortable for the drivers and teams because it does get, as this dirt settles around that tunnel, it sinks down and creates a stronger bump. And apparently, it's
Okay, that little patch in turn 4.
I'd chase up there trying to find that comfort.
I would have said you're crazy if you were to tell me that Larson was going to be in the back of the pack. Luckily, I didn't say anything. But anyways, after all that, Chase Briscoe still continuing to lead the way in Nashville.
Who are you guys? I'm you from the past.
And I'm you from the future.
Hello, Jeff Gordon, fan 24.
I'm looking for a suit for my daughter's wedding.
I might be able to help you fellas out. Life is a journey. Vandy is the wardrobe that grows with you, tailored for every milestone. Look your best, dress the win.
Win one championship, you're celebrated.
Oh, General Kenobi? Oh, sorry. I was just going by your YouTube account name. Sorry about that.
The trophy speaks for itself.
Kyle, do you think you need to pay for running over the grass? What a stupid question! Of course not! Oh, it's part of the meme. I see. Okay. Again, sorry about that.
So if you're McDone with tiny overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
As we're still side by side in commercial, we're starting to see a battle for the lead starting to heat up between teammates. Danny Hamlin's starting to catch up to the 19 of Chase Briscoe.
TTR cardiac amyloidosis. You've come a long way. Your path was never set in stone. You charged ahead. So I would like for the ATTRCM to define you. You have the powerful choice. The truth is an old medicine used to treat.
Yeah, Hamlin's starting to move up to the top lane since Briscoe's more comfortable on the bottom, trying to gain some more ground on him. Starting to get a run on him down the front stretch through the tri-oval. As we're starting to catch up to the lap car of Chad Fincham. There he is in the 66. Fincham wisely gets out of the way. I gotta admit that Corey LaJoy is better behind a microphone than behind the wheel. I mean, yeah, that is true, but I think Brian Griffith, Family Guy fan, would have to have a word with you on that, John.
You're watching the Cracker Barrel 400. Chase Briscoe started on the pole. He's led the first 19
Alright, and we are back to this battle for the lead between the teammates Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe.
He's tried the top, probably doesn't like it. That's why he went to the bottom. But you see, had a little trouble doing bump, lose a little bit of grip.
Yeah, I do know that, John. That Ryan Truex will get in the 11 car if Hamlin can't finish the race.
Yep, right up the racetrack here. Got all the way to the top, used that middle groove, and look at the gain that he get down the back straightaway. Starts to close in a little bit. There's a car length, another half a car length, another half a car length. Just got to keep chipping away at it, Steve. Lap after lap, corner after corner. That's the key. It's a game of inches. Charlotte, we saw big runs. You can make up 3-4 car lengths. Here in Nashville, every car length is a big game that you just don't give it up. You have to be a little defensive, try to keep the game.
Briscoe, if Briscoe wants to keep this lead and keep Hamlin behind him, he's going to have to move high. He's going to have to move high if he wants to keep Hamlin behind him. I think Briscoe tried that time in turns 3 and 4. He was more like in the middle of the groove. No, but this time Briscoe stays low.
Second and a half or more back in third. So even though these two are racing so closely,
for the top spot. Really no William Byron in sight.
There's Byron
Maybe he lead
in the third spot.
to get that first stop of the night. You know, Toyotas have been strong. They were strong here in the past years, strong again in practice. And the Hendrick cars have had a lot of speed this year, but they look to be a little marginalized. I say that he's running third. You know, and Chase Ellitt's right there at sixth.
Yeah, this is good racing so far, NASCAR Fan 33. I can't pass my teammate. This car sucks at this track. This car sucks at this track. I can't find a way around him.
The temperature of this track's going to change a ton throughout the night. And the same thing we saw at the 600. Somebody that might not be running really, really awesome at the start of the race could come on late. But I will say this, for Briscoe, taking advantage of an opportunity. Ultimately, you want to win, and the expectation
Even if it's spread out, still good racing, better than Fox. Yep, especially the coverage.
Something he didn't do when he started.
Especially the coverage is a million times better than Fox.
Just about in position, and you're right. The pressure is on Briscoe because even though Truex kind of struggled, we'll see what happens here. You wouldn't want to let him go by.
Wow, I'm running in sixth. Feed me a sock for dinner.
That's what he wants to do. You have to control the front of the field, and you have to race every position, even this early in the race, like it's for the win. But 19 now is trying to commit to the lane almost second. He's only wanting the 11 to commit to the bottom or middle first, right? It's this crazy kind of prediction thing. That's rear view camera, so on the back of the roof, there's a camera pointing back with a screen on their dash or wherever they decide to put it, and it makes all the difference. All right, the 19 gave him a little bit of light to the left side, then he tries to get lower on the racetrack. So that line right there where Briscoe's...
Well, that time Briscoe was able to run Hamlin's line that time. That allowed Briscoe to pull away just a little bit.
He's going to have to find even more grip way up the racetrack if he wants to make this pass. I just don't think the track's there yet to be providing enough speed on that long.
Kiwi!
He's got to move around, dirty the air up, maybe slick back in. He's kind of going to regroup, maybe cool his tires down, make another charge at it. Let's go down to Trevor Bain. It's our Cracker Barrel 400 pit road report.
All right, pit road report from Trevor Bain. Of course, you showed Joey Logano, the winner after 5 overtimes last year.
Looking pretty good on short run speed, though. Able to move up from 9 to 8 there. Spotter Coleman Presley really getting Joey to move around and change his entry some. Yeah.
Chris Butcher running in the 12th position, and for this team, it's been a little bit of a sigh of relief this week. The appeals panel met for their penalty back from Kansas. A 60-point penalty was reduced to 30. Now they find themselves 6 points out of the playoffs after that appeal. And crew chief Scott Graves is back and told me this gives them a second chance. Right now, Butcher feels good in terms of ride quality and balance on that Ford, Marty.
And there's the initial driver that caused the 5 overtimes, Austin Cindric on track. They're showing now. He's currently running in the 15th spot.
Maybe it's the youth for Austin. I mean, 26 years old, he's just not worried about the bumps. And just let me drive that race car, not talking about it. Let's get an update. Kyle Larson, radio 30th right now for the guy that won here 4 years ago.
A little bit tight center where the rubber is on the bottom, but
Yeah, Kyle Larson still mired back in traffic after that one little mistake he made on the initial start. No, that was Chastain. On lap 3, I believe, when he got really loose in turn 1 and 2. He's up to 30th, but in regards to where he started, where he was 28th, he hasn't really made much progress after that one moment he had. But anyways, Chase Briscoe continuing to lead the way here in Nashville.
Subway's protein-packed footlongs check all the boxes. Juicy chicken or layers of fresh sliced deli meats? Check. All your favorite Subway sauces? Check. Plus, buy any footlong in the app, get another half off. Great deal? Check, check. Order now on the Subway app.
New to Toyota Gazoo Racing, there are a lot of unofficial rules. Rules like only pass cars on the left. Don't drive on the grass. You win, be humble. You know what they say. Rules are made to be broken. Win.
There's a battle for position between Justin Haley and Ty Grandpa Gibbs.
Powerful embrace through brick and concrete. That powerful feeling grows and grows. I feel like I have the power.
Bets on Larson going a lap down. Bets on Larson going a lap down. Oh my gosh.
The following stunts are performed by Don't try this.
That's for the 18th spot, as Justin Haley still holding off the challenge from Ty Gibbs. Grandpa, I don't have good speed! Ty, it's still early in the race. Focus!
The Wi-Fi is moving like a sideways. It's bursting with Wi-Fi.
After 17 years, the NASCAR Xfinity Series roars back into Mexico. And it's not coming quietly.
Think Gibbs needs to go back to Xfinity? I don't know about that. What? General Kenobi, what? It smells like body odor in the car! That doesn't make any sense, Ty. Focus on the race.
Shop the race in the Amazon shopping app. 37 laps in. NASCAR.
Oh my gosh.
Nashville Superspeedway. And here comes the 19 of Chase Briscoe, and he's knocking on the door of the 51 of Cody Ware. That would put him a lap down. That's significant because that would mean that A.J. Allmendinger no longer would be in the free pass position. He was hoping for early caution, and there goes Briscoe.
He got held up there a little bit off the corner, and that's going to give Denny Hamlin an opportunity. Anytime you got a faster car, I can't tell you how many times we've come to Nashville and we've watched Denny Hamlin try to pass a faster car for the lead. I mean, it seems like this happens at every single race.
Now these drivers, the leaders, are now hitting lap traffic. They just got by. Oh, it's Cody Ware. Now they're working on Todd Gilliland in the 34. No contest by Briscoe. He eases his way past Gilliland. Oh, now Larson's coming onto pit road. Could this be the start of green flag pit stops we're seeing? Yep, Larson's down and away. Yep, and here comes the leader, Chase Briscoe, on pit road now.
Earlier than I thought, just because there wasn't a lot of tire fall off, and shocking for the fives, he's got to go down 2 laps, which is a big risk. Now we see Briscoe, the leader on pit road. This will get everyone's attention. He's going to kind of set the standard. Doesn't want to give up that track position, Kim.
No, absolutely not. Remember, they made some pit road mistakes last week, so they are looking for perfection on.
Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Really, no major feedback on the car's handling from Chase, but Spotter telling other cars have more full speed through
Yep,
the center.
and now Hamlin's coming into the pits now. And same with William Byron. And Gregson's on pit road for his service now. And there's SVG. SVG just finished his service. Now Austin Dillon's on pit road. Oh, Lugnut. Lugnut just went loose. Don't know who it came from.
Scheduled green flag pit stops. 40 laps into stage 1.
So now we'll see if Denny Hamlin can blend in front of the 19. Remember, the 19 came a lap early. He should be able to take the lead, and he will.
And Briscoe looks as though will maintain provisional P1. Actually gained on Hamlin.
Anxious to see, who does run it long and how everybody plays this because the window is so wide.
Well, with Reddick staying on the racetrack, I believe the plan is to run long, or he would have already pitted, Marty.
And here's Stenhouse on pit road, along with Kyle Busch, both getting serviced up. Now Bubba Wallace, Christopher Buescher, Eric Jones on pit road now.
Early in the race, 47 leads back on the racetrack.
The last two races here at stage
Whoa!
three completely
Bit of a slide there for Wallace into his pit box.
taking 4 tires of fuel here. Really happy with their qualifying and their effort early in this weekend after 3 bad weekends in a row.
Wallace down and away. There's Buescher getting serviced up.
As you see Chris Buescher on the bottom of your screen, he started off neutral, but then tight center free entry is before he
Now Chastain is on pit road now. Same with Logano. And it looks as though, yeah, that's Chastain.
Everyone, even at the start of the race, on different fuel loads, Trevor. Yeah, Joey Logano going a little long there on that run.
He's down and away for Logano. There's last week's winner, Ross Chastain, and the 2023 Nashville winner. It's down and away. And here's Chase Elliott on pit road now. Oh! That's got to sting. Too fast entering for Bubba Wallace. Ouch. Now McDowell, Keselowski, Priest, and Berry on pit road now for their services. And Christopher Bell's on pit road now, pitting from the second spot. Same with Todd Gilliland.
Extremely aggressive coming off the banking on the pit road. And if your car is sliding around hopping, mashing the brakes is not an option, Marty.
Christopher Bell had to work around the car to get into his stall, tipped up a little bit. We'll see if that costs him any time on the track. The early part of the run, very good for Bell.
It's down and away for the 20. Now Zane Smith is on pit road.
Tyler Reddick leading the race.
And here's the leader, Tyler Reddick, on pit road now.
Justin Haley.
Yeah, Reddick now on pit road. He's the car at the top of your screen. Right there is Reddick. Familiar 45 new partner pit along the side, Marty.
With everybody else pitted, Steve, Billy Scott said, we're going to take advantage of this clean air and see if we can gain a little bit on this pit stop cycle. The short one was really good for Reddick.
And Reddick's down and away. There's Bubba Wallace serving his penalty.
See Bubba Wallace right there serving his penalty, basically 1 lap, much like the 16 car, an extra trip down pit road. This
They're
one
both off and away.
ran long. Now, what he's hoping for is he split the stage up kind of in the middle. He's hoping with maybe 10 to go, 15 to go in the stage, that his pressure tires really fire off and makes up a bunch of time. Before this pit cycle started, a couple cars on the racetrack getting pretty aggressive.
Oh,
Ryan Priest, Stenhouse, these are two
what's going on here?
guys. When you put them
Gene
close,
Priest
you
is
put them close
Stenhouse.
to the racetrack, this is what you get.
That was close.
See, both of those guys probably smiling through that whole process. I know it looked like they might be frustrated with each other as we ride on board with Priest and the triple onboard camera. Right over that bump in turn 3 and 4, and see them cars sliding around in front of me. Looks like Hosevar right there out in front of the number 60. Priest is back in 27th position.
Top 11 cars yet to make a pit stop in the green
This
flag.
Ryan Priest looks as though he's working on Carson Hosevar,
This whole thing began being scored
even though
down
he's
in
a
the
lap
11th
down.
position.
So think about this, right? Ryan Blaney.
It looks as though Riley Herbst just finished his service. And Custer's on pit road now.
They're running 30.1, 30.2, 30.3, depending on where they are. So this is why you see cars run long. Darlington, Miami, tracks where tires lose grip instantly. No chance the pit cycle takes this long. One pits, they all pit. But here at Nashville, what makes it so difficult?
So the drivers that still need to make a pit stop is Blaney, Cindric, Gibbs, Haley, Heim, Hosevar, Dillon, Ty Dillon, Alex Bowman, John Hunter Nemechek, and Daniel Suarez. Those drivers still need to make a pit stop. I'm in third, Grandpa! Well, that's because you didn't pit yet, Ty. as both Logano and Chastain work their way around Allmendinger.
Racetrack to road. Number one motorsports whatever you drive. Drive more beautifully.
Meet the IHOP House Faves value menu. Everything's just $6. Like the breakfast faves combo.
And I think that's Corey Heim on pit road. I believe that's Heim.
All this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
Yep, and Ty Gibbs just pitted. And that's Alex Bowman on pit road now. Gibbs is down and away. Yep, that was Heim in the 67.
And there's Chewy, where Dave will order a harness and everything else Dash needs in life. Like delicious food. Because swirling.
And here comes Hocevar on pit road, getting his service.
For life with pets, there's Chewy.
Why GM Genuine Parts and AC Delco? From the basics like maintenance and repair parts to powertrain components.
Yep, and Suarez is in as well.
AC Delco are the true original equipment for all General Motors vehicles. Plus, AC Delco Gold and Silver parts are the only aftermarket parts backed by GM. Those in the know stay on the go with high-quality replacement parts from GM Genuine Parts and AC Delco.
Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. President.
A lot of people want you dead.
Cavalry's done. Keep going,
Sorry.
There is no backup.
All right, and we are back.
34 laps to go. Stage one of the Cracker Barrel 400 Nashville Superspeedway. Last year, Team Penske won in the form of Joey Logano. This year, his teammate leads.
Oh, looks as though we got a little bit of a battle between Denny Hamlin and William Byron. And I thought Daniel Suarez pitted, but I guess not. He still has yet to pit.
Drivers who have pitted 24 and 11, who were focused on Byron, putting the pressure on Hamlin. Suarez is racing those guys for position, but he's yet to come to pit road, and you can see the difference in new tires versus old tires. Very minimal for some of the better cars, but Suarez is struggling to make lap time here late in his run.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pit soon, Suarez. You can't stay out there.
Right on board with John Hunter Nemechek for Toyota Gazoo Racing onboard camera. And just barely cracking that throttle. Just slow.
On board with Nemechek, who also needs to make a pit stop.
Nemechek won here last year in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, they've been really strong. Had an awesome car last week at the 600. Not that great tonight at no appear. Maybe not in store for a top 10 run. They've been kind of struggling. Trevor, what you got? Well, guys, the 12 team historically likes to run long at these type of tracks, but Blaney's getting faster right now. Staying out, he's running.
Huh? How is Blaney getting faster on those old tires? How?
Will this change the strategy for the rest of the race of some of these cars who have really good long run speed, Steve? Yeah,
I guess so. It's the long run.
Tires don't dictate that it's required. I think Blaney's proven that you're fine to stay out. So you ask yourself, what's the risk? A caution. A caution right now. Why that wouldn't hurt Byron or Reddick because they are on the lead lap. They're down track position. They have so many laps in their tires. They're probably going to have to pit again. Blaney would then be
This is the battle for the 17th spot between AJ Allmendinger and Eric Jones. Jones goes on the attack, and Jones will take that position.
Well, good cars make everything better, right? So I think it is definitely going to pay off the best for Blaney. But I think if you look at even Cindric second, I don't think he's quite as fast, but it's not a huge penalty to run long. Because remember, if they go maybe 15 more laps and they pit, maybe they put a lot of fuel on board, maybe you take 2 tires at the end of the stage. Maybe you short mill at the end of the stage. I think this just opens up the opportunities is really what it's doing. Why take the risk if you don't have
And now Keselowski goes underneath Allmendinger. I don't know if that's for position or not, but I'm pretty sure it is.
You know when the yellows are going to come out, a lot of good
Yep.
decisions.
Scan the QR code to save on gaming products by Logitech G, the official wheel and pedal of eNASCAR.
Bubba Wallace is a big gamer and streamer as well, and but he's had a bit of a tough run here. Just several weeks ago, this guy had over 60 points to the cut line in the playoffs.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace, he has struggled the last three races. 33rd at Texas, 33rd at Kansas, 35th at Charlotte. At Charlotte, he was just downright terrible. He just had no speed in the 23 last week. Now going in tonight's race, speeding violation on pit road entry. Yeah, this is why Bubba Wallace finished 33rd at Texas, got caught up in a big one. And this is Kansas, got caught up in another late race incident. And Bubba Wallace, that's why Bubba Wallace had got caught up in that situation with Buescher and Hocevar after Hocevar blew up.
This is the time of year where we start to pay attention to the bubble battle and we start talking about it. It's very fascinating. A lot of fun drivers around that battle that are part of the great storylines in the sport. He's still comfortably 45 points above, but just imagine if those have been even 15, 20th place.
Yeah, since we're on race 14 of 36, it just came back to me. Yeah, since we're on race 14 of 36, we're now we're about halfway through the regular season, so this is now time to talk for what drivers are gonna make the postseason and what drivers aren't. Brake pedal on the floorboard. That's not a good signing for Briscoe. Got to keep an eye on that.
So down the straightaway, Dale, if you're pumping the brakes to get a firm pedal, they want to make sure he takes his foot completely off it before he then goes to it at the start of the corner to make sure he has good brake application. This track is actually harder on brakes than you would imagine. As large as it is, it looks like you can really sail the car down at the corner and have a lot of mid-corner speed. There's no grip. Mid-corner speed's really slow. You use a lot of brake to get the car slowed down to the center. And I think there's a bit of an underestimation of the heat.
I guess the strategy that Blaney, Cindric, Haley, and the other drivers are on, they're trying to make it to the end of the stage without pitting. That's what I'm assuming.
You see right here at the telemetry how fast these cars are going. And we're going to see 170 plus at the end of the straightaway. The bright red kind of brake pedal will come on at the bottom of the screen, knocking speed. Knocking over 40 miles an hour out of the car.
Because the only drivers inside the top 10 right now are Ty Dillon. Well, never mind. Yeah, Ty Dillon, Justin Haley, Austin Cindric, and Ryan Blaney. Those drivers have still yet to have made their pit stops. Oh, speaking of Haley, he's now pitting. Justin Haley's now pulling onto pit road now. Guess that was the strategy. Run as long as possible. Try to hope for a caution and to bring everyone in. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case for Haley. So the only drivers that have left to pit, I believe, is Nemechek, Suarez, and here comes the leader. Ryan Blaney's coming onto pit road now. And Cindric is pitting as well. So the leaders have come onto pit road now. They've ran as long as possible. Both Penske drivers down and away. And Nemechek's on pit road. Same with Allmendinger.
What these teams are doing
Grandpa, my brakes don't work. Stop lying, Ty. Oh, why do I have such a stubborn grandson? And Ty Dillon's on pit road now.
The chess matches on pit road get more and more complicated every year. We'll have to just see if this fueling strategy by the Penske teammates plays out at the end of the stage.
Justin Haley, another driver that ran it long, caught speeding when he made his pit stop. It's all cycled through. Chase Briscoe back out.
All right, green flag pit stops have finally cycled through, and Chase Briscoe re-inherits the lead.
As a mom, one of the very highest priorities. There's so many things that we have to watch out for. With Spectrum, I don't have to work. All my kids are not always sitting.
It was just a joke, Jeff Gordon fan 24. It was just a Michael Mooks impersonation for Ty Gibbs and Joe Gibbs shorts that he usually does.
Going back to Papa John's. I'm finding things in life, like ordering more to save more off the Papa Parents menu. It's all $6.99. You got a brownie. Why are you whispering? We're making you Papa Parents for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
When my doctor gave me Breasttree for my COPD, things changed for me. Breasttree gave me better breathing, symptom improvement, and reduced flare-ups.
Breasttree won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma.
It's the battle for position going on between Buescher and Chastain. So it's still side by side. Trying to see what position they're battling for. That's for the 10th spot, and Chastain takes it from Buescher. Sorry. My dad's watching a baseball game, so sorry.
Certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you. Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto parts.
Do I have an Echo Dot? Echo Dot? What's that?
Welcome to more new ways to watch. A 5-race stretch only on Prime. More bright lights, more
An Alexa?
more Motor City speed, more passion on the
I have an Alexa.
more
Yeah,
history made,
I have an Alexa.
more precision display, more moments you can't miss. And for the first time, only on Prime. Welcome to NASCAR.
All right, and we are back, and the battle for the lead is starting to heat up between Briscoe and Hamlin. But don't look now, because William Byron has caught up to the two Toyotas. Yep, three-way battle for the lead, and it might be for the stage win. As here comes Byron to the inside of Denny Hamlin, going for second spot, and he's got it.
Try to steal the stage win away from Briscoe. Briscoe is sort of stuck right here behind the 5 of Larson. Yeah, Larson is doing everything he can to stay in the lead lap because that's kind of his race he knows. Playoff point. If you got any refusal to William Byron, reminding him at 12 laps what is on the line.
Yep, trying to go for the stage win. He won. Byron won 3 of the 4 stages last week at Charlotte, but didn't get the win. Now he's trying to get to Chase Briscoe, trying to get to him, trying to get some ground on him to hopefully pounce for the lead and win stage number 1 at Nashville. Byron goes high, Briscoe goes low. Oh, that was a bit too high for the 24. Oh, a low wiggle for the 24. Here comes the 11 car. Back to the inside. Got into Chase Briscoe's wake there. And that allowed Denny Hamlin to close back up to him. side by side in turns 3 and 4. And Hamlin goes back to the second spot. And here comes Tyler Reddick into this mix. Battle for the second spot.
He's going to have his hands full again soon if you don't find a way around the 5-car. Larson get himself some clean air. He's going to have to move around. He does up the racetrack a little bit. Here comes the 45 back in the
And Reddick goes high, trying to get around the 24. Can't do it. Oh, Byron tried to block the 45, but to no avail. Reddick goes to third. And here comes Hamlin going for the lead. Briscoe blocks him way low. Side by side into the first turn. Oh. Hamlin has the preferred line entering turns 3 and 4, side by side. Yep, and it looks as though Hamlin goes to the point. Hamlin goes to the lead. But don't look now, but here comes Reddick. Dives his nose underneath the 19. Side by side, Reddick with the preferred line and easily clears Briscoe for the second spot. Oh geez. Oh geez. These two have had history. These two have had history. The 5 and the 11. Too much to count. These two have had too much history to count. And with the 5 like mirror blocking, that's allowing Reddick to close right back to the 11, to the bumper of the 11.
So the 5 really gets to decide what he wants to do. Denny would rather win the stage than to go over and slow himself down to the back of the 5-car here. Can he hold the 45 off? Two things I've noticed: the pressure tire, the 45 came off. Pressure tires on Ryan Blaney restarted or rejoined the pack outside the top 10. He's driven up to 8, so pressure tires matter.
Coming back around for 4 in the stage.
What that final stage may look like.
Tremendous call for Jonathan Hassler on the pit box for Ryan Blaney. Someone else we need to give a call to in the top 10, Michael McDowell. Great qualifying effort yesterday. He is 7th.
Here comes Byron with a big run off the high side, trying to get around Briscoe, but Briscoe wasn't having any of it. He's got that top side rolling once again. He's going to go to the high side of the 19, trying to get a run off the corner. Side by side. Will he get clear of the 19 before they enter turn 1? It looks as though he's trying. No, he couldn't. Byron couldn't do it that time, but he's going to have the run coming off turn 2. Yep, and it looks as though still can't clear the 19. But I think he's going to get it off turn 4 now. He's going to have the momentum. No, he still can't clear the 19.
As Byron once again goes outside, and they're coming from behind. Those are some light vehicles there, among them Riley Herbst to the 35.
Yeah, Riley Herbst and Bubba Wallace racing for the free pass. Bubba Wallace had the speeding penalty. He would love to be able to get by.
Yeah, while the battle for the lead is going on, we got a battle for the first driver lap down to get the free pass between Riley Herbst and Bubba Wallace. It looks as though Riley Herbst is in the catbird seat. He's in the catbird seat to get it. Final lap in stage 1. And it looks as though Kyle Larson's going to stay on the lead lap. Hamlin's not going to give any much contest to him. Reddick goes high, trying to get a run off the corner to challenge for the stage win, but it looks as though it's not going to happen. And Denny Hamlin's going to win stage number 1.
Who was able to hold off Bubba Wallace. Big move out of the 2311 driver in the 35 car. Scored in the 28th position is Riley Herbst. For Denny Hamlin,
Pretty solid first stage, I'll say.
Got it done since Martinsville, where they
Pretty
went on
solid
to
first
victory.
stage.
Gorgeous night in Music City. We're racing Nashville Superspeedway.
This is quickly getting dark in Music City. Stage 2 coming up next.
Like Michael, who've taken us epic.
As touring musicians, my type 2 diabetes could have slowed us down, but I didn't let it. I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C and lost some weight too. I also learned some people take Ozempic to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events like stroke, heart attack, or death, and others take it to lower the risk of worsening chronic kidney disease.
Don't share needles or pens, or reuse needles. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck or any of these allergic reactions. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder or severe stomach problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking of the sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Discover the GLP-1 with the most FDA-approved uses. Ozempic.
Ever since we hired Dale Jr. at IHOP, breakfast has been moving fast.
Look, it's pancakes.
Pancakes!
Delivery catering.
Will you sell my pancakes?
Bro, what?
Xfinity Wi-Fi is.
I think Hamlin did not lap Larson so that one of his drivers could get the free pass. Team orders, probably.
Travel. It's gone from being an adventure to a checklist. But the world is still full of wonder. You just need a better way to find it. Introducing Airbnb experiences. Master ramen with an award-winning chef. Dive into underground jazz with a renowned bassist. Or see Notre Dame with her. She helped restore it, by the way. Don't just see a place. Experience it.
NASCAR on Prime is brought to you by
Alright.
Cracker Barrel
And we are back.
and by Spectrum, a fast and reliable connection making more things possible. Great night in the city, 30 miles east, Nashville Superspeedway.
And pit stops. Here we go.
Top left of your screen, Denny Hamlin, playoff point in the bank for the 11 team. He said he was just 2-3 at the early part of the run, but the long run speed was terrific. Tyler Reddick said the last adjustment worked so well. Don't make any changes on
Hamlin's down and away. Same with Reddick. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. I think Cindric and Blaney with 2 tires. I think they took 2 tires. Yep, they did.
By the Penske cars and allowed them to take 2 tires, and just like that, the game of leapfrog, they win first and second off pit road. They got it going on. Restart.
Yep, Blaney and Cindric on 2 tires. How will this play out? How will this play out?
So, you like NASCAR but don't know who to root for? Here's some Toyota legends you can get behind. Meet Tyler Reddick. Crushed it in Xfinity Series and now he's here. Basically the Cinderella story if Cinderella drove 200 miles per hour. Then there's John Hunter Nemechek. New kid on the block. All gas, no brakes. Oh, and Denny Hamlin. Ever heard of Daytona? He's won it 3 times. No big deal. We have a lot of drivers. All legends. You pick. You in?
The 3 for me, only at Chili's. Now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah. Hey, fast food. This is how you value me. This Chili's 3 for
I
me
need
is
to
so just
try
$10.99
first.
you can-
Yeah.
Racing isn't just a game.
Like, I need to try first.
Every lap, every moment. Practice is about consistency.
The Toyota commercial showed the race where Tyler Reddick flipped. Oh my gosh, the Las Vegas race. Oh my gosh.
Open the race. Logitech G wheels and pedals available.
Talk about terrible marketing for that commercial. Like, why would you promote that?
Racetrack to road. Level 1 motor oils make whatever you drive. Drive more beautifully.
Welcome back to Field and Stream. On every page, history. Each trail, the story. Your story. We exist to help you share the
It might have been during qualifying. That's what it was? It was during qualifying?
the smell of wet dog.
Well, either way, I didn't even see qualifying.
Beating in your chest when that buck steps out. Field and Stream.
Ellie set some faster laps in the top 5, the last portion of the stage. I didn't even see that.
Back at Nashville Superspeedway, this relief lap is sponsored by National Debt Relief. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief gets you back on track. Riley Herbst gets his lap back here at Nashville. Into stage 1, let's hear from our friends downstairs, Danielle, Corey, and Carl. What's happening, Danielle?
Yeah, Double A, these boys are keeping an eye on a whole lot. Third straight caution-free stage 1. Denny Hamlin takes it. Corey, what are you seeing out of this racetrack?
Well, I love to see a plan take hold. Jonathan Maxwell had a plan going in to go long, to take rights, and it came right to their wheelhouse. They flipped it to the lead, and we know how important track position is here, Carl.
And what I saw is it took 82 laps for this track to start widening out. All right, so that's great for the fans. This is a slow burn of Nashville. It's going to get wider and racier. But I think they're picking up all the rubber. The reason
Gonna make it wide.
picks up. Everybody knows I don't want to wait 82 laps to pass. I want it right now.
You also have your eye on this second stage, Carl, restarts. You think they're going to be wild?
Yeah, I think to the point that we've been talking about, concrete's very tough. It's very hard to pass.
Concrete Carl, as they used to call him.
Man, I really have to go. The lane's going to be narrow, fast.
Concrete Carl, as they used to call Carl Edwards.
Give and take balance starts to take a little more take as we go deeper into the sink, because you know how hard it is to get track position. And your only chance to get it is for the first 2 or 3 laps after a restart.
You put $5 on Denny Hamlin. He's making you look smart right now, Carl Edwards. Let's send it back up to the booth.
Hey, wait, that's
Alright.
taking a page out of my book. He was my
Okay.
one last year.
So wait a sec. They got off the set to go to the bar. We're just up here, just covered from above.
Okay, we got it from here. Hey, 8 drivers took the wave around here under our first caution of the night. 6 got back
Alright,
on
they're
the
doubling
lap
up, so they'll be getting the green this time by.
Had to stop and go right at the green flag.
A lot of big adjustments. The 8 of Kyle Busch, where they went under the hood to adjust on that car. The 5 of Kyle Larson under the hood. So, Dale, you talk about how difficult it is to get the handling right. Some crew chiefs kind of jumping on it early, trying to get ahead with a lot of racing still to go.
It'll be interesting to see how these 2
Right.
cars fare at the front of the field. Both the Penske cars controlling this restart. But how will this strategy go? That's going to be the telltale on the
Alright,
strategy.
here we go.
Go out there and maintain this track position. His teammates started the race in the front row. Penske
There's
teammates
Blaney,
moving it
Cindric,
down.
Briscoe, Hamlin, and Reddick, the top 5. Green flag, stage 2 underway. Sorry. I don't know what that was about. I don't know where it was on the phone.
For second, look at Bell down there making a move.
And this battle for Cindric is super important. Those 2 tires, I think, have a chance, but every position he loses, the air gets dirtier, mechanical grip more important, the older less will be a big deficit, and he knows it.
And somehow, with those 2 tires, Blaney was able to pull out to about 3 or 4 car lengths over the battle for second right now
He's going to have to run Denny really tight down here.
between Hamlin and Cindric, as Hamlin goes to the point over Cindric.
Side by side back there for fourth between the 20 and the 45. C. Bell, Reddick,
There's a battle for the 5th spot. No, for the 4th spot between Tyler Reddick and Christopher Bell, running on board with Chase Elliott, as his teammate William Byron tries to go around the outside of his teammate. This is for the 6th spot.
That's what I was saying. You know, lead to 4, then a couple guys take 2. Next thing you know, you're 8th. It's just quicksand. As soon as you lose track position, you can just start to bleed position so quickly. These cars run side by side, guys, and the inside car can make the outside car tight. That's what you want to try to do. Go down to the corner, drive up to their door, get them tight and out of the gas.
On board with Nemechek, deep in the field. One of those drivers that pitted late in the first stage.
Still battling side by side.
And this battle for 4th is still going on between Reddick and Bell.
Byron, Chase Elliott, Logano, Briscoe.
This for 5th as Reddick now clears Bell for the 4th spot. And the battle for 6th is still going on between the teammates Byron and Elliott. Yep, here it is. These two just cannot clear one another. Now Byron has the advantage going in the first turn, but Elliott gets the strong drive on the inside after side drafting.
But they're used to winning races, and they want to get themselves back to victory lane. And I think the mentality for him should be to be very selfish. Any opportunity, Trevor. Yeah, you're exactly right there. That's the mentality of this team.
Now Elliott tries to drive it into the 3rd corner, trying to clear Byron, but still cannot get the power down off the corner because the 24 has the advantage off the high side.
Guys, that was back on lap 33. He hasn't mentioned it again, so hopefully that problem's gone away. Right now, his biggest issue is the pitch of the race car, trying to get that attitude right and get into the corner. Never thought we talked so much about brakes in a high-speed racetrack. Brake shake, very different than the brake pedal issue. So brake pedal, too warm, pedal travels. Brake shake, if you can believe it, too cool. And what happens, the pads don't get heat up. They don't kind of get clean on the rotor. They leave blotchy. And as you step on the pedals, it literally shakes.
Jeez, this battle, man. Oh my gosh. It is so hard to pass here at Nashville. You think you have the momentum on the inside, but the momentum just stalls out, and the driver on the high side just gets back right even with you.
What about the level of concentration when you're driving lap after lap after lap with a guy right there on your door?
Yes. You give your teammate a little bit extra room. But look at the side draft of Chase Elliott. He really
Well, that's as far Elliott's got that time. Is he going to finally clear his teammate coming off turn 2? Still no. Still no. He still can't clear him. My goodness.
Toyota side by side, back behind them as well. Briscoe and Jones going at it. Briscoe Jones
While those two are battling side by side, we got another side by side battle between Eric Jones and Chase Briscoe as a caution comes out.
Huge break for all of the drivers that took the wave around. We see the NOS energy drink on.
It's for Stenhouse.
So a major turn of events. A lot of drivers gambled for this yellow, and they got it. Rear killed. Right rear is killed is the radio on the 47th. Yeah, this is a tough break for the 47. Damage to the right side of the race car. They came in above the cut line.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage to the right side of that 47. Whoa! Oof. Guess he got caught up in Ty Gibbs' wake, and he just lost it. Oh! Whoa, Larson all the way off the track as well. Nope, that was Hocevar. Hocevar got into the back of the 47. Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
He's wearing those shorts.
I wonder how this will turn out after the race between Stenhouse and Hocevar. How will this turn out?
Part about this, man. Let's take a look. Hocevar dropped down the corner. Oh, man.
No.
Had a chance to give him a break there. Hocevar dropped down the corner. And there was a moment where
Hocevar kind of dove it in a bit too much and got into the 47.
His competitors want him to clean up. Hocevar thinks in his mind, hey, it's short track racing. I drove down in there. It's my spot. I'm going to move you up out of the way. But his competitors don't see it that way. Pits are open. Fuel window, 79 to go. I expect everyone on pit road, a complete variety of strategies.
Yep, everybody's coming in.
Needs Sunoco fuel, Marty.
Everybody's coming in.
To go here in stage 2. They can make it to the end of the stage from here. Denny Hamlin told Chris Gale, "We've made the car 30% better at the beginning part of the run. Still too free.
Fuel only for the 11. Whoa! Oh, that was a little close.
Did you see Ryan Blaney, your bottom right of the screen? He said it fired up a little better, just a snug for a couple of laps. You see him take
Blaney on 2 tires. Yep, and because of those 2 tires, Blaney loses his top spot and he goes back to 4th.
Falls 3 positions, then it's Christopher Bell. Free pass with our second caution goes to Bubba Wallace, who scored 35th, went a lap down after that speeding penalty.
Whoa! Nemechek and Keselowski. Little moment there. Oh. Watch out. Got a bit too busy on pit road there.
You love our legendary subs, so you'll love our legendary new Doritos footlong nachos. Doritos and Subway, 2 legends come together to
Legends eating legends. Am I right?
Yes, thank you, Marshawn. Doritos footlong nachos, just $5, only at Subway.
When I switch between bits and sockets with my Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver, I feel like a savage. Like the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh yeah. It's a 1-2 tag team. Dig it. Yeah. Driver, impact driver. 1 tool, 2 jobs. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Jack Links presents the greatest duo.
Really? Why that commercial? Oops. Oopsie.
There's nothing like a great duo. 2 flavors, 1 bag. New Jack Links Duos. How fast could a stock car go? Never give up.
Make sure you check out Prime's exclusive in-race feature
And they are back.
broadcast by clicking down on your remote. It's the easiest way to catch up on race highlights and flag changes as they happen. And if you're ever late to NASCAR on Prime, we've got you covered with rapid recap where you can see all key race moments in 2 minutes or less. Under caution for the second time tonight, early stage 2. Things got out of shape for the driver of the 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah, FanDuel brings us this look on board with Carson Hocevar. Dale, you kind of touched on it here. We like the aggression to this. Right? This is one I would hope Carson wants back. Right? I'd like can't wait to talk to him after the race. I know it's happening in a blink, and he's a 22-year-old race car driver, but these are the coin flips that Carson has to give to Ricky Stenhouse if he wants to be raced with respect when it's his time to cut down. And I like aggression. I like hard racing, but this is the one where Carson, I think, could have a little discretion there would have gone a long way. Why? Because for the 47, this is a huge moment then. Car driver, when we rate the drivers in speed, pit road, passing, defense, this team rates very low, but their results speak otherwise. That's because He is a tough competitor, and he gets more out of his equipment than most. He can't have weekends like this.
Yeah, Dale Jr. is not wrong on that part. Carson Hocevar, he's very talented, but he needs to clean up his actions on the track. He just can't be constantly running over people trying to get whatever position he wants. He can't be doing that. He's not in the Truck Series anymore. He's in the Cup Series. He's got to clean up his attitude soon. We saw what he was capable of doing last week in the Coca-Cola 600, and now coming into this week, he's back to his old self again, wrecking drivers. He's got to clean it up soon. Anyways, green flag back in the air. Whoa, Byron, look at the 24 car way up high. Oh, watch it, Logano. 4 wide. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. Jeez, Priest. Watch it, Priest. All over the back bumper of the one car. Oh, jeez. Get out of there, Elliott. Get out of there. That was close. Oh, crash! Turn 3. Alex Bowman, Noah Gragson. Looks as though Larson got a piece of it, but he keeps going. Oh. Yikes. Right front tire is done for the 4 car. Bowman got rear damage. Yep, there's no fixing that 4 car. All right, here it is. Oh, yep. Bowman just got loose. Woo! Wow, Larson. Yeah, Bowman just got loose. Got into the 4 car. Gragson took a hard shot to the right side. Man. And somehow Larson was able to escape that without getting major damage.
NASCAR, but don't know who to root for. Toyota's got you covered. This guy went from dirt track to cup cars. This new kid is all gas, no brakes. And him, just 3-time Daytona winner, no big deal. Legends. Now you're up to speed. Man.
I wish my TV provider let me choose what I paid for.
Sling lets you do that.
I like the sound of that. I wish my TV provider let me pause my subscription when I want.
Sling lets you do that.
And then I wish my TV provider let me have hundreds of free channels.
Sling lets you do that too, fellow siren.
Choose and customize your channel lineup or pause. Watch for free. Sling lets you do that.
The true West has no fences. There's an edge, but you gotta find it. Find comfort from the traditions that help define it, and the confidence from having the courage to defy it. But being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. And we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
in the early portion of stage 2, Nashville Superspeedway for the Cracker Barrel 400. Let's look at what's been happening on track. Fast and furious and aggressive on these restarts, Dale.
Yeah, looking to the back end here of this crash, 48 up into the left side of the 4-car.
Yeah, Bowman just got loose on the bottom, chased it up the track into Gregson. Oh, it's a hard shot that Gregson took. And somehow Larson was able to escape that.
Good job to avoid everything, but you can see the 48 just get a little bit loose right there, and it doesn't take much. Wham! 4-car hard into the wall. And then Ricky Stenhouse getting out his car in the garage. They're going to try to make some repairs, I assume. He is unhappy.
Yep, Stenhouse is not too pleased.
And it's that bulldog mentality, not just for Ricky, but the entire team. So when you're taken out like this, I mean, it really, really pains you because you've done so much to put yourself in position for success.
Yep, Stenhouse is not looking too pleased.
To Dale's point, you have the ability to make repairs, but you can only change certain parts and pieces. Obviously, the damage is too heavy on the 47.
Yep.
48, Bowman backing up to go into the garage.
Yep, Bowman's going to the garage. He's done for the night.
47, 48, they're all right in that.
We're probably gonna get gonna get some extra repairs to the 48 car.
Is it maybe a Ryan Priest? You know, is there another driver around that bubble?
Michael McDowell.
Yeah, right. Are they going to capitalize on others' misfortune? Choose right
All right,
here.
we should be coming to the choose room now.
Study coming here said bottom won the restarts time
Yep.
after time.
Yep, choose rule time.
Races here all weekend. Bottom has been the way to go. I marvel at Team Penske. And talk about some Bulldogs. They'll get after it over there in that organization. Never stop. This race so significant for them a year ago when Joey Logano won in 5 overtimes, goes on to win the championship. And after disappointment last week in the Coke 600, best finish 17th. All 3 of their cars top 5 here.
Trying to avoid AJ Allmendinger here with a Bosch onboard camera. Another onboard camera we'll have tonight is the Josh Berry Ford Performance onboard cam.
He's 13th right now.
He's moved up, taking advantage of the opportunity. Yeah, I love all these looks right here. The Toyota onboard as well with Corey Heim in the 67. That's a great look at what that rear view camera could do. That's that big display you see right on top of the dash.
Talk about a busy weekend of racing here at Nashville. I'm second Friday in the Truck Series race, running full time there. He's finished top 3 in 8 of 12 races this year. Congratulations. Raja Karuth got the win Friday in trucks. Last night, Justin Allgaier did it here.
All right, here we go again. Here we go again.
Ready for the restart as we get back underway in stage 2. Hamlin Cindric up front, and they're headed to the Echo.
It's Hamlin Cindric on the front row. Start zone, green flag. Elliott jumps to the outside, trying to get some work done. That was close between Bell, and there goes Christopher Bell around. Watch out, watch out. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Down into the corner, and it spins Bell around. Heavy damage. And we saw the same thing last year with Christopher Bell.
Jeez, what was that about?
Last year won both stages, and then wrecked on a restart in that final stage. It looks like again in a bad spot.
Look like Christopher Bell just turned left, trying to block Eric Jones. Don't know what that was about. Here it is. Yeah, everyone starts spinning out. Jones goes low.
And just, he thought the 20 came down on him. He wasn't ready to give that up. He didn't like,
Oof.
I think, what happened there on the front straightaway. It just stayed.
Man, Chase just missed Christopher Bell. All right, here's his onboard. Here's Chase's onboard. Whoa! Just missed it. Whew. Yeah, I don't know what Christopher Bell was doing there.
Very little, if at all. Fourth caution of the
Yeah,
night.
I don't know what Christopher Bell was doing there. He just turned dead left on the 43 and wrecked himself, pretty much. What was Seabell doing?
From race winner to driver props and everything in between, the DraftKings Sportsbook is waving the green flag on all the action. Speaking of green, here's how you can take a shot at some this week. DraftKings Sportsbook is an authorized gaming operator of NASCAR. And this week, DraftKings has an exclusive offer for racing fans. Just download the app and use the promo code SPEED when you sign up.
Why would I use him to have my ED?
Suspension for Jones or no? It's kind of a tough call if you ask me. That's kind of a tough call if you ask me.
I love selling off my prized possessions.
Why wouldn't I get high quality care I can trust? I love Hims. Get treatment you'll actually love at Hims.com.
Ever since we hired Dale Jr. at IHOP, breakfast has been moving fast. Look, it's pancakes! Dine-in delivery catering.
Would you sell my pancakes?
Racetrack, Tour, the mobile one-road tours on Tevin Drive. Drive more beautifully.
Don't wish. Don't hope. Don't dream. No. Plan. See the steps it takes to get it done right and follow them. At Avis, we rent cars, unlike anyone else rents cars. Because for 75 years, we've only had one plan. To make sure you keep yours.
What's the difference between Sonny Hayes and Joshua Pierce?
Really thought it was Nemechek for a moment. Not gonna lie, I thought it was Nemechek too. But until I realized that Nemechek is in a different scheme other than the Dollar General scheme.
All the danger, drama, and speed without pit stops. Stream high-octane hits like Reacher, Gladiator 2, and Twisters. It's on Prime. I'm a big Reacher fan. Love me some Reacher on Prime. This Relief Lap sponsored by National Debt Relief. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief gets you back on track. J.J. Yalin getting his lap back here in Nashville.
Looks 44 back in the lead lap.
Tonight really is right now the land of opportunity. We talked about it.
Yep,
Derek.
JJ Yaley looks as though we'll get back on the lead lap.
We talk about some of these drivers right around the cut line having issues.
And I'm going to try not to jinx them, but I just want to point out Team Penske. I made a big deal out of it because I thought it was a big thing. Kind of nowhere to be seen last week speed-wise after everything that happened in the Indy 500. I thought it would slow down the Penske Fords. Maybe it's just a handling thing for Charlotte because there's nothing slow about these three Penske Fords right now. You see Cedric, Blaney, Logano all in the front two rows.
I would say this too, when you look at drivers that haven't won this year, Ryan Blaney on the list. Playoff field is half full. 13 races till we start running for a championship. He's someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, another car that I'm keeping an eye on that we haven't seen yet. We thought we might see is Chastain. Sitting there 13th right now, several rows back. Just hasn't really moved his way forward like we might have expected. He had good speed practice, but just hasn't been able to get the track position.
See if we can get a clean restart here.
Yeah.
All right, can we keep it green for once, please? It's been cautions breed cautions for the last few times now. All right, can we keep it clean this time, please? And green flag. And they're fanning out once again. Ellie got a little junk there. Oh boy. Oh, Reddick goes up high. Went way up high. Oh, watch it, Cindric.
3. 3, top a little closer, still there. Shore. Half lane up quarter, bumper, barely clear. Clear once you cross. Half heel. Half both heel. 3/4 now, almost one. Eyes forward. Drop.
How about that stream of information? Just a stream of consciousness from Coleman Presley. Sounds like shorthand. I think he gets a clear and a gap and things like that. But how about a headlight higher, a headlight lower? Dale talked about that arrow blocking and the camera and everything they could use.
And meanwhile,
Reddick falling back.
yeah, Reddick, something's wrong with Reddick. Something's going on with Reddick. He's dropping positions left and right.
On the first corner of the restart, and he's dropped to the back of the field.
Oh, watch it.
Think about all the trouble this team has had recently. Outside the top 10, 5 consecutive races. Last week, Charlotte had the speeding penalty, and here he is going the wrong direction again.
Kyle Larson came to pit road with a loose wheel issue as well. His 45 maybe suffering from the same problem. There's the 5 on the racetrack now. Let's listen into the 5.
No, we got to pit. They put me have a wheel issue. We got to pit. Sorry, pit.
Clear information from Cliff Daniels. They look at post-pit stop data, and they can decide if the wheels are tight or not tight. They called Larson to pit road as the field took the green. Reddick stays on the racetrack, though, this time by. Not sure if he got some confidence, whatever the vibration was. He was definitely waving down the back straightaway, trying to allow everybody to get him to the inside. But he does stay on the racetrack, but he is still...
I got to keep an eye on that 44 car. I mean, the 45 car. Got to keep an eye on that 45 car. Why do I keep saying 44? Oh my gosh. Yep, and here comes Reddick on pit road now. So it's possibly a flat or a loose wheel for the 45 car.
The left side tire doesn't look like it has as much air. It's hard because they run very little air pressure. He restarted 7th. Here he is on pit road. 172 to go. There's time to come back from it. We'll see if that lever is low on air or not. But either way, Reddick hitting's better than wrecking. Yeah, tire going down. At some point, you just have to go.
Battle for the ninth spot between Ty Gibbs and Josh Berry going on right now.
54 of Ty Gibbs. He needs a great run. This team struggled this year to get.
Yeah, no kidding. What a setback for Reddick. He was up there. He was up there. And Josh Berry looks as though he'll try to clear Gibbs. Yes, he will. Just barely. But Gibbs trying to do the crossover. Oh! Corey Hine backs against the outside wall on the front stretch.
And here goes Corey Hine in the 67.
Down there in front of everybody on the front straightaway. They do a good job of slowing down to avoid the 67 car. Corey had great speed in practice, qualified respectfully, was running great tonight. This kid is a star in the making. Toyota 2311, they believe in him.
Corey Hine, who just finished second at Nashville on Friday night to Roger Caruth. He's having a solid run tonight in the Cup Series run. The Cup Series, and he's backed against the outside wall.
So many tough moments for this organization.
See how this happened. I really was expecting a great run out of this kid tonight.
Here it is.
He is running on the inside of
going past Keselowski.
turn 4 and just doesn't get Brad.
Oh, yep. Came up in front of the 6. No room.
He was racing inside the top.
Backs against the outside wall.
I was not surprised by that. On board here.
Yep. Wasn't clear. Heim. You weren't clear, Heim. You weren't clear.
I don't know if he just didn't think he was that high or what happened, but it seemed like he was getting accurate information. Yeah, I will tell you that on the exit of this corner, the wall sneaks up on you quick. Much closer, you're right. Yeah. Okay. So you run out of room, and there's a lot more room off of turn 2. The very tight exit off of 4. Let's listen again on this replay.
77 trying to go inside, not there. Outside 7, lane 3. Outside 6 still.
So you're right, Steve. You got the correct information. It's just a misjudgment on his part now. Hard hits.
There goes the camera.
Silver lining here for 2311. 3 pass. Tyler
Reddick, so he's back on the lead lap. Hamlin, Blaney, Logano, the top three. You're watching.
You didn't have to cut me off. Not clear, jackass.
Today gives you 7 of our most legendary subs, packed with protein and fresh chopped veggies for just $6.99.
Did you sleep here? You know we.
Get 7 legendary subs with chips and a drink for $6.99 each at Subway today.
Run ultra fast. You need an advanced dynamic system. Now the Denfix Motor X tire inflator has one. It shatters industry stereotypes. As portable as the small, as powerful as the large. But that's not all. A leading power bank. Powerful light. Beyond your imagination. Denfix Motor X redefines your journey.
I used to be an early bird, but psoriatic arthritis stopped my day before it started. Then things started to change for me when I found Vincelix. Now I can't wait to say I'm back.
Vincelix can deliver transformative relief from joint pain and stiffness, less fatigue, and for some, zero swollen joints.
I'm back to what inspires me.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections, low ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease occur. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Give yourself a chance to say, I'm back.
Ask your doctor about Vincelix.
To tell you the truth, we get to take or leave the extravagance. The attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
It takes a lot to get my heart racing, but you gotta see this. There's absolutely nothing like NASCAR's own street race. This 4th of July weekend, NASCAR takes over Chicago, where you can get into the sport's best drivers as they battle through downtown. And with live music from Zach Brown Band and Family Fun, it's a NASCAR experience on a whole other level. Hey, I'll be on the edge of my seat. NASCAR Chicago Street Race, July 5th and 6th.
All right,
Under caution in Nashville. Let's do the IHOP
we're back.
surprise
We're back once
move of the
again.
race, Steve.
Yeah, and the surprise is really a mistake out of Corey Heim, the driver of the 67. 15 truck wins, only his 5th Cup start, but this young man.
This was the surprise move of the race. Corey Heim cutting off Keselowski. What? That's the surprise move of the race. Come on now.
Leaving up room, drives across the 6 snows, and next thing you know, Corey Heim out of the race. This is a great view right here on board. You'll see it. You'll see how much damage it is on the 6. Pretty hard contact, but big surprise, Corey Heim making a mistake like that. Yeah, that is a lot of contact for the 6 of Keselowski. It is probably like, what's the deal?
At top 5 last week for Brad Keselowski. Marty?
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out of the infield care center, and you and I were chatting about it before you went in. What was your take on the contact from Carson?
There's Stenhouse.
A lap or two before, he tried to dive in there from about 10 car lengths back, and then that time I just opened my entry a little bit. He overcharged the corner and just drilled us in the rear rumbler. So I'd say it's not out of the norm for him, but I definitely wasn't expecting that at that point in the race. Just bummer for us. Our Holden alternate gearing available at Amazon Camaro wasn't great, but we were kind of making changes. I felt like that restart I was a little bit better than where I was the run before, and we were just burning our right rear tire off there throughout the run. So bummed that our day ended like that. Definitely have something to do about it at one point.
Unfortunately, the first DNF of the year for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 4017.
Yeah, I was going to say, it'll be a translation of the last line. It sounds to me that sometimes he's not going to cut Hocevar break.
Yep. You're gonna have to accept that. You have to accept that. Hocevar didn't cut Stenhouse a break there, so Stenhouse said he's not gonna cut Hocevar a break. That's the way it goes. What goes around comes around.
Reddick. It was indeed the right front, actually, Steve, that was down,
Oh.
and it was down by
The
20
right front?
pounds, Billy Scott told me. They just
Dang.
did it again, so now
It was a right front that was going soft on the 45 car.
Bad luck, but great choice. That's what you have to do. When we talk about experience, you can only convince yourself so long that you don't have a problem until it's a catastrophic failure. Great work by Tyler Reddick, just admitting it, right? Dale, coming to pit road, getting a free pass. Now he has a whole race in front of him. Yeah, absolutely. Still a lot of racing left. And a quarter restart right here.
All right, here we go again. It's Hamlin, Blaney, Logano, Cindric, Jones, the top 5. Green flag.
Let's get some green flag action. Already 4 cautions.
Big jump out of the 11 car.
They're not listening. 3 wide, 4 wide back here in the back.
Oh, jeez, again.
This time, no, I don't know if it's going to work.
Byron again, way outside. Wide, high, wide, and handsome. Somehow it's worked. He's up to 4th. Now working on Logano. Going to the outside, Logano trying to go for 3rd. No contest for Byron. Easily gets by the 22. Logano is too early to be doing those tops of blocks. And give a call to Eric Jones right now. Running in the top 5 up against Logano trying to go for 4th. How about that for the 43 car, the Legacy Motor Car? Why are they 4 wide back there? Now they're back to 3 wide.
In that crash in turn 1 and 2 on a restart just moments ago, and he's working around some cars.
Whoa.
Right here on the outside. I'm guilty to think the 20 was wrecked.
Oh, Chastain 3 wide. Underneath Ryan Preece and Josh Berry.
Right here. Preece, Josh Berry, Chastain. And Hocevar. This is an action mix. Very interesting mix. Chastain trying to side draft right there. Berry's going to try to drive down.
Oh, jeez, Custer. Trying to cut off SVG. Now Larson trying to cut off Ty Dillon. Didn't work to their advantage. Well, didn't work to Larson's advantage.
Michael McDowell flashing into the picture again. He's up there in 8th. He's just really done a great job tonight. And as you look at the live playoff leaderboard,
Watch it, Chastain.
21 Josh Berry getting after the outside lane.
Feels a lot like a stage 3 type energy.
Jeez. A lot of action going on all over the place.
Really hard. 50 laps or 45 laps to go at this stage, and man, the intensity just feels really high for this moment. And I love showing it. We focus a lot on the lead with the races won, but back here, you know, this is like a Broadway bar fight back here. I mean, you don't know where the punches are coming from.
I don't want to participate, by the way, in case you were wondering.
McDowell doing a good job right there on the inside of Gibbs, trying to keep that spot running in the top 10 most of the night with this number 71 Spire Chevrolet.
And Gibbs is doing a great job tonight.
He is. They struggled.
And, you know,
Back to this gaggle of cars. Kyle Larson's struggling right now. He is struggling. And here comes Carson Hocevar underneath his teammate McDowell trying to go for the 9th spot. And he's going to do it.
Camera with Josh Berry. Right to the inside there. The 38, Zane Smith working his way up into the top 11.
We got to give him some credit. Second in this race last year, best career finish. But you know what? On their green flag stop at the end of stage 1, they took 2 tires so they could stay on the lead lap.
And how about Zane Smith up to the 11th spot? Remember, he finished 2nd here the last time we were at Nashville at the end of the 5 overtime madness.
We were on the chip, you know.
Busy. Trevor. Yes, sir. Keep in mind that 21 car in practice is one of those cars that hit the bumps and spun out early. They felt like their practice kind of got thrown away, but they went to their.
As we're still running on board with Josh Berry, running solidly in the top 12, in the 12th spot.
Just a minute ago, though, they're still looking for some more speed so they can do some strategy. Take a listen.
Still working on it. We're a bit too far off on pace to do anything crazy here. I'll just keep working on the car until we get it to drive better, and then we'll try and do some off strategy stuff later, get some track position once we get the pace better.
You guys said it earlier, Steve. You got to have a good car to get off sequence. Maybe they can get this 21 dialed in. That's absolutely the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to call.
That's the case for the 21 team for now.
Not perfect. You know the speed will at least kind of mask some of the poor decisions. There's the one at Chastain, but that 20 car, Christopher Bell, is one that's impressive right now.
Christopher Bell.
Backwards and in the wall.
Christopher Bell, after wrecking out earlier in the stage, he's trying to rally back. He still has a fast car despite the damage he's got. Just got by Chris Chastain like it was standing still. That was for the 13th spot.
A lot about Bell hanging there, 5th, 7th, 8th, gets involved in that accident, and since that time, he is just really driving that thing up through there. Wrecked it correctly? I mean, is that, like,
Wrecked it correctly. Okay, that's one way to put it.
It's kind of like Edwards on the backflip when he was winning here. You just stick the landing, right? Then you're okay. Wow.
Okay.
Let's just remind everybody the wreck that this 20 was in, right? So you see the 43 of
Yep,
Jones
this was earlier.
on the left side of the 20. It just basically holds the spot. You know, they fight over the bottom lane. So he's not going full speed, but this is not zero contact. I mean, he's going to go all the way up and watch his contact with the outside wall. That's pretty hard contact. Yeah, the lucky part, I think, is there wasn't real hard contact with the left
Yeah,
front.
somehow it wasn't worse than that.
As we look at the battle for the lead, tightening up a little bit between Hamlin and Blaney. Blaney last change.
But Blaney, he is not letting Hamlin get away. He's really been keeping pace with the 11 car this latest run. As day is now turning into night and the track is starting to cool, I'm starting to see some higher speeds. As the track changes, the car changes. As the day progresses, as the day goes on.
Or the idea that you would even try it 5 years ago. These crew chiefs continue to move the line. We see it a lot in other sports as well. Data analytics have changed the decision making. You see Jonathan Hassler at the bottom of the screen. You and I spent some time with him at Team Penske, Adam. Just a great conversation we had with Jonathan, his relationship with Blaney, the trust they have in one another. Great leader for the team. Absolutely.
That's crew chief Jonathan Hassler. As we're going side by side, these two are still battling for position between Hamlin and Blaney as we're about halfway through this race.
The NASCAR Powerball Playoff is back. Enter now to win a VIP trip to the NASCAR Cup Series Championship race at Phoenix Raceway, where you could take home $1 million.
And side by side for the 18th spot, it looks like between Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch. And Kyle Busch is going to take that position. And oh, that was tight. That was tight.
Still holding. If my AC company had agent force, powerful AI sales force, an AI agent would have flagged the issue and automatically help me find someone to service it. What? Wow, you are moist. How'd you get an appointment? It just magically showed up. Agent force, sir. Huh. Call there, get now. Agent force helps manufacturers prevent appliance compliance. It's what AI was meant to be. What causes an earth doesn't hurt this disease? There's somebody I can talk to around. I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that. You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PE. A urology specialist who treats PE can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
Racetrack to road. Mobile One Motor Oils make whatever you drive. Drive more beautifully.
This is a place to worship the Father.
But you make it a den of thieves.
Nope. Starting to look at to see some gaggle of cars right now. Between Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Ty Dillon. Looks as though it's in this mix as well. and Nemechek. All right, and we are back.
30 laps to go. Staged. Nashville Superspeedway. NASCAR on Prime. Denny Hamlin, the race leader. Blaney is there. Byron, Logano, Eric Jones, the top 5. Briscoe, Cindric, Gibbs, Osavar.
Well, so far it is still Denny Hamlin holding on to like a 0.4 of a second lead over Ryan Blaney.
Different organizations, top 15 last Sunday in the Coke 600. We're seeing a lot of wealth being spread again this evening.
You mentioned Blaney on the older left side tire. You have to imagine when they do get even on tires, he's going to have a little bit of an advantage in speed. He's kind of holding right here, this same margin behind this 11, running a little bit higher. I don't know that he's really pushing the car all that hard.
Oh, Blaney got a good run off the top side, trying to close into the back bumper of the 11.
You look at the season for Blaney, highs and lows. He's had some wonderful runs, but 5 DNFs, tied for the most in the series. And then you look at his numbers here at Nashville Superspeedway, kind of the same. A couple of nights where it didn't go his way at all. The other 2 inside the top 10.
A little bit faster that last lap. You saw it a 10 quicker. 24.
Yeah, he's closing. He's getting there. He's to the back bumper of the 11. Looks as though he's got the top side rolling very well. Oh, Hamlin gets a little sideways. Got a little loose there. Yep, and here comes the 12. Here comes Blaney. Oh, there's a good corner by Blaney that time through 1 and 2. Which line will Blaney go in 3 and 4? Blaney goes high. Hamlin goes low. Not much momentum from the 12.
That's great information for the spotter. It's obviously seeing this on the camera as well. Digital camera, very clear.
Oh my gosh. Got to be very careful. Hamlin's trying to be very careful with the throttle. He doesn't want to overstep it and get the car sideways. Yeah, turns 3 and 4 is very bumpy. Oh, coming into lap traffic. Get out of the way, Chad. Get out of the way, Fincham. Thank you.
Stage 2. Denny's probably just running hard enough. Wants to save a little bit of tire. Doesn't need to push the car any harder than he has to. This asphalt or this concrete's brushed and abrasive, and you can beat the tire up and really use it up and nose over on lap time late in the run. So he's probably running just hard enough to keep that 12 car bothered back there. Yep.
And Blaney's surprisingly quiet right now on the radio. That car very good on the long run, but Steve talked about the grief he gave Team Penske last weekend. Well, Jonathan Hassler said, I don't know why people are so worried. Yes, we have 5 DNFs, but our mentality for the second half of the regular season is it's not over. This team, they told me, expects to win multiple races before the playoffs. Their biggest obstacle coming into tonight was
another good run for Blaney off turn 4. Pulls up to the bumper of the 11, but he just can't. He's trying to get around him, but as I said multiple times, passing them is one thing. Catching them is one thing, but passing them, a whole different scenario. And as you saw right there, Hamlin was able to take Blaney's line away through 1 and 2. And Blaney's trying to get a wide arc to try to get a good center off.
He's a positive guy.
He's trying to get that arc in the entry and have the good exit off.
You have that combination. It really allows you to make the right decisions and give your team the proper setup week in, week out. Little wiggle there for the 12.
Yeah, Blaney is so good. That car is so fast. And this, the 11 blocking the 12. You see just behind the 12.
Another good run through the center. Here comes Blaney to the offside. He had the momentum, but it kind of stalled out through the center. There's another example of arrow blocking. I think that's what Hamlin's doing right now. It's arrow blocking. But I think Blaney has the better car.
Blaney down the back straightaway.
That's a good run down the back stretch. Whoa! Hamlin got through the bump and got a little sideways, but he's still maintaining that advantage over Blaney. While that's going on, here comes the 24 of William Byron into the mix.
Three manufacturers, three outstanding drivers. You got a champion there. You got Daytona 500 winners.
Blaney gets squirrely through the center. That's allowing Byron to close up right on these two.
Oh, the 12's going to lose the nose right here.
No, Blaney still held his own. He still held his own. Not now. And here comes Byron to the outside of the 12. Is he going to try to get the run off the high side to get by the 12? He's got to run, and he's got it. Byron goes to second. Now sending his shots on the leader. Going low. Oh, watch it, Byron. That was close. But he got the 11 car tight. Side by side. Here comes Byron.
Blaney said, okay, Byron, it worked for you. Now I'll wait in the wings and take my opportunity to pounce.
Byron was loose on entry to 3, but he got the 11 tight so that the 11 couldn't.
Oh, that was a good run that Byron had on the bottom side. He's got the advantage down the backstretch, but still side by side. Here comes Hamlin pulling back on the outside.
24 backs up turn 3 right here. Back the throttle. Won't be able to clear.
Oh.
And he's going to have the momentum off the top. Here comes the 12 now.
Where's Blaney going to go once these two side by side? He's going to try to go 3 wide. 3 wide. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, Byron's trying to take it. Oh, he almost put Hamlin on the wall. Here goes Blaney. Well, that was going on. Blaney's trying to capitalize on both these guys. And he's got it. Blaney goes to the point. He took advantage of those two. He took advantage of Byron and Hamlin messing around up there. Now Blaney goes to the point. Wow. What a battle. Now Blaney goes to the point late in the stage with about 15 laps to go when they cross the line in stage 2.
At AT&T, we confidently guarantee our network. Oh, no. But we can't guarantee you and your teammates being too connected. What up, Chad?
Yeah, no kidding. You're right about that, John. That was good racing. Good hard racing right there. And there's Hocevar going around the outside. Hocevar going around the outside of Ty Gibbs. And that was for the 8th spot. And there goes McDowell around the outside of Ty Gibbs, going for 9th. Okay. Yeah, you're right about that, Freddie Perez. That was a battle for the lead. And looks as though Cindric will hold off the challenge from Chase Briscoe. That's for the 6th spot.
An unprecedented transcontinental race begins on Nintendo Switch 2. Mario Kart World. Game rated E for everyone.
Welcome to more new ways to watch. A 5-race stretch only on Prime. More bright lights, more Nashville nights, more Motor City speed, more passion unleashed, more history made, more
Oh, and Josh Berry's now on the attack mode, going on Ty Gibbs, and Christopher Bell's trying to follow through.
Welcome to NASCAR.
Closing on 10 laps to go, stage 2 at Nashville. Let's give you a Team Chevy update. William Byron best of the bunch. Look at the guys from Spire, Hocevar, and McDowell in the top 10.
And here's the battle for 7th as Hocevar goes on the attack on Chase Briscoe. Trying to go for 7th. He has the inside preferred line going in the first 2 corners. And no contest. Hocevar goes to 7th. And also Zane Smith is up inside the top 10. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute.
NASCAR has said that if you go to the garage to make repairs, they're going to take the time. This car is designed where the bumpers are the crush zone. So if they had to change the bumper, that tells me that it had already crushed enough that NASCAR felt like it wouldn't be functional in a secondary wreck. So that's why they asked them to change it. Already talks about the points. Right now, Bowman 48 above the cut line. And then I go to Chase Briscoe. Starts on the pole. He had a good run there in the opening stage. Gets 8 points. But here he is sliding back in danger of falling outside the top 10 at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, what's
What's
happening with Briscoe? Oh, one's to watch now.
Let's focus on Briscoe. You mentioned it falling back. He's 9th, but Briscoe.
Yep, Chase Briscoe.
He's only led 30 laps all year long for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yep, Steve Letarte has his eyes on Chase Briscoe.
But remember last week he went all the way to the back, came back to 3rd, hang around the top 10 long enough, maybe make adjustments at the right time. 43 of Eric Jones having a great run tonight.
Dale Jr. has his eyes on Eric Jones.
He's ran in the top 5 in a race in over a year, way back in Phoenix. Man, this is a great run for this 43 team.
Good run for Eric Jones so far. And Adam Alexander has his eyes on Carson Hocevar, surprisingly. Well, not surprisingly, since he ran very well last week at Charlotte. Now he's working on Austin Cindric, trying to go for the 6th spot, it looks like. Yep, Hocevar is going for 6th. Closing in on Austin Cindric.
That is a high-def camera off the back roof of this car. Crystal clear right now because the 77 is rolling forward. We should check back in after a restart. We had some traffic back there. You'll be able to see. It's like a high-def video game. He's driving as much out of that camera on the top of his dash as he is the windshield just above him. He's comfortable with that.
Yep, there goes Hocevar to the inside of Cindric, going for 6th. Looks as though he's going to clear him entering the first 2 corners. And is he going to clear him? No, he's not. Whoa, hang on to it. Got really squirrely off the corner.
Great speed in practice, and it's not a fluke anymore. You know, we saw it last week at the 600. We've seen it several times this year where this team's ran really competitive laps in practice and showing up in the race to be able to back it up. Happened again tonight. Starting to be a weekly thing for Hocevar.
Oh, watch the lap car. JJ Yeley, watch the lap car.
I know you just highlighted Eric Jones, but it just continues to
Oh,
remind me of the improvements.
don't try to split the middle, Hocevar. Don't do that.
Impressive trajectory, running 5th. It's been his teammate Nemechek that's been the more impressive one.
While that's going on, Zane Smith has fought his way inside the top 10. Great run for Zane Smith right now in the 38 car.
Look at the pylon here, Byron, Hamlin, Logano. But he still has the low left side tires on, and he's driven out to a 2.2-second lead. So that tells me if you're Rudy Fugle, if you're the crew chief of the 24, right? If you're Chris Gale, the crew chief for Denny Hamlin, you need to let your driver know, I know you think we're close. We're not. We need more speed. Do you have a balance issue? If not, maybe there's some less air pressure in the rear tires. Maybe
2 to go in stage 2. Blaney pulling away to about 2.5-second lead over Byron as this battle for 6th spot is still heating up. Now they've caught up to the back bumper of Eric Jones, so it's now a 3-car battle for the 5th spot. Well, Hocevar tried to go high, tried to get a run, but not so much.
Front row represented with Zane Smith. Here's Blaney.
Oh, Hocevar dives in underneath Cindric, trying to get alongside. Can't do it. Final lap in stage 2.
Here's another thought. Remember month and a half ago when they made the pit crew changes for Blaney? They've been the best on pit road since then, and we know how.
Watch it, Chad Fincham. Get out of the way. Thank you. And here comes Hocevar to the inside of Cindric. Can he try to get the 6th spot for the stage? As Ryan Blaney will win stage number 2. Alright, here's the battle for the 6th spot. Who's going to get it? Cindric or Hocevar? Hocevar looks like he got it. Nope, Cindric. Cindric holds on.
And I say the 25th stage went for Blaney. 25th time he's won stage 2. But he only went on to win 2 of the previous.
All right, 2 stages down, 1 more to go. 2 stages down, 1 more to go.
Racing isn't just a game. It's a way of life. Every lap, every moment. Practice is about consistency. Winning doesn't come easy. Yo! My turn, Bubba. Fuel the road. Own the race. Logitech G wheels and pedals available now on Amazon.
The only way to save the ranch is to take it.
Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2 is now available on DVD and Blu-ray with over 2 hours of special features. Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2. Own it now on DVD and Blu-ray.
Own a design studio. What a really big design contract. Realize you're more of a creative type than a finance type. Realize you got this. Use QuickBooks to get your cash flow flowing. Get live expert assistance to maximize your tax savings.
I can help with that.
Get back to doing what you love. Manage and grow your business all in one place. Intuit QuickBooks, your way to money.
Meet the IHOP House Faves value menu. Everything's just $6. Like the breakfast faves combo. $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
Travel. It's gone from being an adventure to a checklist. But the world is still full of wonder. You just need a better way to find it. Introducing Airbnb experiences. Master ramen with an award-winning chef. Dive into underground jazz with renowned faces. Or see Notre Dame with her. She helped the story, by the way. Don't just see a place. Experience it.
Online security is, like, as a mom, one of the very highest priorities. There's so many things that we have to watch out for. With Spectrum, I don't have to worry about it. I know when my kids are on their devices, they are protected because I'm not always sitting right next to them. The reliability, the connectivity, the security, everything is kind of all in one. That absolutely makes it worth it to me.
Fast, reliable internet, starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
Two stages down here at Nashville Superspeedway. Cup Series, Ryan Blaney in charge right now and entertaining stage 2.
Tires for everyone here. The question is, how valuable is fuel to you? Leave on tires, short on gas.
All right, here they come. Here they come.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's coming onto pit road now.
Any tires last time, you might see a little longer stop here on his 4-tire stop. They've been battling the short run versus long run for the balance on this car, Marty.
Denny Hamlin said, holy smokes, man, I lost all of my rear grip on
Logano's down and away.
Also, his drink system inside the 11 car is not working. Chris Bell said, wait on me. We're going to wait on fuel.
Chassis adjustment for
Oh, Hamlin waited on fuel.
More bricks right here went away. Free had told him to save fuel.
Byron down and away. Same with Blaney. Oh, who got it? Who got off pit road first? Logano gets out first. And Hocevar picks up 2 positions. Oh, look out. Look out. Oh, I don't think that pit can cross the line. I don't think that can't cross the line. So I think Logano is good.
Now, I can't wait to say I'm back.
Bimzelx can deliver transformative relief from joint pain and stiffness, less fatigue, and for some, zero swollen joints.
I'm back to what inspires me.
Serious side effects like suicidal thoughts and behavior, infections and low ability to fight them, liver problems, and inflammatory bowel disease occur. Tell your doctor if these happen or worsen, or fevers, chills, muscle aches, or cough occur, or you've had a vaccine or plan to. Before starting, get checked for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems.
Give yourself a chance to say, I'm back.
Ask your doctor.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, John. That should be no penalty because the fuel can did not cross the line. Didn't cross the white line into the next pit box. So I think Logano's good.
Order for catering? It's pancakes! Guided delivery catering. Put yourself on pancakes.
Since 700 career starts for Hamlin tonight. He might be controversial, but you cannot deny his talent as a racer. Yeah, that's right. It is Hamlin's 700 career start.
Getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
NASCAR on Prime in Motor City. See how fast this thing will go. I'm not afraid to stick it on it. Man, we're in Michigan. I seem to remember being pretty fast here. Victory for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Michigan International Speedway. How about that? Come on! It's NASCAR on Prime.
Street Michigan Sunday. NASCAR is on Prime.
We got June on the calendar. The summer stretch is here. We're heading to Michigan next week, Friday. Mark at 5 Eastern FS2. Truck qualifying Saturday. Got practice qualifying as well. See it on Prime Video. Truck race on Fox Saturday afternoon and Sunday. It's round 15, 2 Eastern. NASCAR on NASCAR Greenland 22, no penalty. Let's take a look. First thing is
Yep, no penalty for the 22. Eric Jones carrying the legacy this season. Just like Texas a few weeks back, he is having another top 5 run. Yep, that's right. Yep, Eric Jones is having a very good run tonight in Nashville.
Corey called it safe.
Well, that's what we call dogs on pit road.
You know, around these parts, we call Carl Edwards the Concrete King. We might also call him the Master Psychic because you predicted a wild
Master Sidekick. They call Carl Edwards now.
I had no clue it'd be that exciting though. I mean, and then the 19 to go, watching the 3 leaders up there swapping the lead. I think there were 3 lead changes. Totally unexpected and exciting.
Well, don't look now, but the champ is on the front row. We know what happened.
Alright, I think they're doing the choose rule. Yep, they did the choose rule. Yep, we're going back green this time. Bye.
Pretty impressive to see what Ryan Blaney's been able to do here, guys. And all season long, he's been able to do everything but win. Now he just has to close. We'll see if he can do it. Guys, quickly, Hocevar, the movie made on Ricky Stenhouse.
Well, my new friend here, Carson Hocevar.
Arson Kosovar! What the heck, Carl? He just said Arson Kosovar. Arson Kosovar, what?
On that edge, as Letarte said, I hope he wishes he didn't do that.
Sounded like Ricky Stenhouse looking for payback at some point, Adam, but he was asked about, will it happen tonight? He said, no, it was too expensive.
All right. All right, here we go. Start zone. Green flag, final stage underway. Oh, Logano blocking Hamlin down low. And Byron goes way up high, just how he's done the last few times. Trying to get a big run down the back stretch. He's clear to third.
Gathers up a whole lane into third spot for Byron. Great move. Eric Jones battles around the outside, defending a spot from Denny Hamlin.
Oh my.
On the penalty for Brad Keselowski. Also a penalty on that cycle for Josh Berry. Here comes Jones again.
Oh, Eric Jones, watch out.
Penalty for Berry was over the wall too soon. 21
Ooh. Oh, crash! Ryan Preece goes spinning.
Deja vu.
Yeah, this has been something tonight. Last year was chaos in the final stage, but it started early in this race, and I think this will be a long stage 3 with a lot of drama. Like the dirty air. Heard the comment of
Dirty air?
So right there,
Dirty air from the
Preece
60.
off into turn 1, out of the gas. Oh, he just loses.
Yeah, he just lost it. Preece just lost it on his own. Tries to keep it off the wall. Just a kiss.
Back comes out of the racetrack. You know, we saw this all last year too in this race. Riding on board.
Yep.
He's hitting to the gas so smart. And that really keeps that car from sliding up into the wall even harder.
Yep.
So he tries to drive the car in the throttle
Whoa.
on the racetrack, hoping less
Wow.
hit or impact with the wall, and he does that. That's why he's able to roll away.
Did a good job of keeping that car from getting heavy damage.
You spin the car around backwards, you want to stand in the throttle and slow down that rate of the car accelerating into the wall.
Just look over at the live points. Stenhouse is there. Preece is there. All of these drivers came in with big question marks when it comes to the standings, and they face some challenges this evening.
Enter for a chance to win the ultimate racing experience. For the grand prize that includes round-trip airfare for 2 to Atlanta, Georgia. The 2025 Michelin VIP Matupa Taylor Mott Experience Sweepstakes. Where you'll enjoy a 3-night stay for
Grandpa, that was a close call. I know, Ty. Stop bothering me and focus on the race.
Scan the QR code to enter now. No purchase necessary in 6/30/25, 18+ age of majority.
Subway's protein-packed footlongs check all the boxes. Juicy chicken or layers of fresh sliced deli meats? Check. All your favorite Subway sauces? Check. Plus, buy any footlong in the app, get another half off. Great deal? Check, check. Order now on the Subway app.
There's a place no map will show you. A secret spot. A high-performance hideout for cars that crave chaos. New brakes? Check. Roll cage? Check. A spoiler so big it doubles as a picnic table? Oh, bet. Every apex we nail, every second we shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back into your ride. Look like fun? It is. Win.
You can run the perfect.
Has Chase Elliott ever won a cup race while sponsored by Kelley Blue Book? As a matter of fact, he has, Alessandro. In 2020, it was a few days after the Coca-Cola 600 when Chase Elliott won like the second oval race at Charlotte.
When life hurts your finances, National Debt Relief
Yeah.
helps you back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
It was just a few weeks after NASCAR came back from the COVID break.
Earnhardt, the documentary, now out streaming on Prime. All 4 episodes, outstanding, Dale.
They're getting tons of great feedback, and everyone who watches it, all my friends, family, right, texting me, sending me all kinds of great comments about it. Hope everybody will check it
You're
out.
right about that, NASCAR Fan 33. It is getting good. Just hope it doesn't end up being 5 overtimes again like last year.
And right now we're under caution because of the crashes, and you provided you opportunities on these restarts to gain spots, but also to try to survive. We saw last year how many cars did and didn't survive those late race restarts. That'll be important as this race closes into the finish. Fuel. How much you got? How much can you save? A year ago, Joey Logano went 110 laps to win this race. I look at the leaders. I think some are short. Some have more than others. I'm going to give you a name. Zane Smith, all the way back at 17. Slow pit stop. He might be the only one in the lead lap full of fuel.
And he finished second in this race last year. Just kind of finding his way. Very comfortable.
All right, choose roll.
We're getting set for the green flag. We were talking standings, and there's been so much movement. But go right down to the cut line. Grease +2, Busher -2, Stenhouse at -2, 4 points back, Hosevar, Allmendinger. I mean, it's incredible how tight it is. And look at Kyle Busch, +10, got 7 spots on that last pit stop.
Allmendinger started the day with a stop-and-go penalty.
Yeah, Fox can't even do that this way better than this is way better than Fox. Yeah, take the L, Fox. Take that. And watch Byron on this restart. Pulls out in front of Eric Jones. He just takes off on the top lane. Gets the top lane rolling so well.
The outside. NASCAR Insights has Byron #1 on restarts today. It's obvious when you look at the replays. Well, he's chosen the inside line for this particular.
And now Byron's chosen the inside lane. Wonder how this will work. Wonder how this will work for Byron. All right. It's Logano, Blaney, Byron, Jones, Hamlin, Hocevar, Chastain, Busch, Cindric, Bell, the top 10. Green flag. Everybody's starting to fan out. 4 wide. Why are they 4 wide back there? And Blaney goes for the charge on the top side. Whoa, look out. That was close. Reddick almost got turned down the back stretch.
I go back to the 600 last week when he was turned into the wall and somehow was able to hang on to it.
That was close for Reddick. But up front, it is Ryan Blaney pulling out to a couple of car lengths over the battle for second between Logano and Eric Jones. Eric Jones carrying Legacy Motor Club on its back right now for this race.
And chaos in the middle of the pack.
Hocevar and Chastain. This is like Chastain racing with Chastain 2.0, isn't it?
Uh-oh. Chastain racing against Chastain 2.0. That being Hocevar being Chastain 2.0. And Eric Jones looks as though clears Logano, but Logano says, "Nuh-uh, Eric. Nuh-uh, Eric." Whew. Aggressive side drafting from both these guys. While that's happening, Blaney is pulling away, and it looks as though Logano finally clears Eric Jones. He finally cleared Eric Jones.
Race 2 with 98 laps to go. You got to fight for all of these spots. You see all these cars side by side. They cannot allow. They can't give these spots up. It's too late in the race. Too hard to get them back.
Look at these drivers though in the back part of the top 10.
Whoa! Watch it, Hocevar. Got a little tight underneath the set. Got tight underneath the one car. Right behind these guys, Bubba Wallace fighting against Kyle Busch, who's worked his way inside the top 10. How about that for the RCR driver? It looks as though Hocevar is going to finally clear Chastain. Yes, he will. Hocevar goes to 6th.
Conversation there, complaining about some of the drivers out there in front of him. Hocevar takes the spot away from Chastain in the 6th spot. Going to try to run down Byron there. More impressive laps being turned by the 77 car. Blaney up the racetrack, or I'm sorry, Hamlin up the racetrack right there, trying to get a run on the 43s, looking a little bit low right here, trying to do exactly the same thing the 22 of Logano did earlier on the 43, trying to get that side draft working right on the corner.
There goes Hamlin underneath Eric Jones, trying to take a peek underneath the 43, trying to go for third. He's got a nose underneath him.
Nothing you can do about it.
No contest.
He's going to drive up the racetrack and
trying to take the air away from the 43, and Hamlin goes back to third. Now Byron's going to try to follow through.
Vulnerable to lose another spot here. What the 11 did right there is no different than when you're fighting traffic, leading a sporting event, and just nobody will let you out of the parking lot. He literally just rolled right up in front of him like, "No, man, you are not going. I am shutting this air off."
Sometimes the score of the game dictates if you can get out or not. You know, if your team wins, you're like, "Yeah, bud, I'll let you in." If your team loses, you let nobody in.
That's right. They're 170 miles an hour and they're bad. Their team lost. We're not doing it. And once again,
Oh man. Still aggressively side drafting. Byron trying to clear the 43. But Eric Jones is not letting him have it so easily. He's not letting Byron have it so easily.
Up here, he is learning so much, Dale, from these guys that run up here so often. These little details that make Byron, Hamlin, Logano just so good.
Got a good run through the bottom. Can he clear? No, he cannot.
He's just struggled to be able to get the speed out of this 43.
Nope, and Eric Jones holds off the challenge from Byron.
They've really worked to try to make hires and improve this team and make changes to get the speed and performance. And I'm really surprised by how Legacy Motor Club has been able to run well this year. Place these cars every now and then, either an Imachek or Jones, finds themselves in the top 10. They run there all night long. This is very impressive for these cars to have this kind of speed. I had a long conversation with Jimmy about that. He said he knew it was about the people with his experience with Chad at Hector Motorsports. He just didn't know, Marty, how hard it was to find those people and to build a long-term culture. And that was his goal at Legacy Motor Club.
Steve, you guys make a great point. I talked to Eric Jones about that and sort of building what Legacy Motor Club could be. And he said, you know what I love best about it? I have a voice now, and people want to know what my opinion is as we build the team forward. That's very important to me as the team leading driver. I asked his crew chief, Ben Bayshore, what's your fuel situation? He said, we did not wait on fuel. I don't care. I wanted the track position. We'll make it.
I don't care. I want the track position. Wow.
I asked three people kind of where they thought they were as we dive into the second half of the regular season. He said the first half we were consistent. We scored a lot of points. We were great. The goal for the second half, keep it up, sneak up, and score some more wins. Currently, William has scored the second most points of the day. They did wait slightly.
The battle for second looks as though it's starting to heat up between Logano and Hamlin. Hamlin's doing all he can. He's trying to go high, but Logano's not letting Hamlin have the spot so easily. Just like Eric Jones was when Byron was trying to pass Jones. But that's all happening behind Ryan Blaney, who continues to lead late in the stage, early in stage 3.
So you're McDone.
It's a way of life. Every lap, every moment. Practice is about consistency. Winning doesn't come easy. Yo! My turn, Bubba. Feel the road. Own the race. Logitech G wheels and pedals available now on Amazon.
Every lap, every race, every bit of pain traded for every hard-fought place. They're all jammed inside every can of Knott's Energy. Go ahead, open up the can.
To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance, the attention, the celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for every Ford driver to feel this.
Saturday, June 14th, live from Mexico City. Oh my gosh, these fans are amazing. The temperatures will be hot. The danger will be high.
Is there any diecast that I want to purchase that I don't own, that I don't have in my collection yet?
Saturday, June 14th from Mexico City. On the CW.
Not at the moment right now, but I'll think about it as time goes on.
Nashville, Blaney, Hamlin, Logano, Jones, Byron, the top five. Throughout NASCAR Prime coverage, you were hearing a reimagined classic Up Around the Bend, an Amazon Music original by John Fogerty and Eric Church.
And while they were side by side, Denny Hamlin has finally gotten around Joey Logano.
Now our FanDuel race update. What do you got here, Steve?
On anything heavy favorite, you're going to have to bet more money than you're going to win. 115 to win, 100 in profit. Logano, Hamlin, a little bit longer, Byron. There's value up there. I know Blaney is a great car, but man, to think Hamlin and Logano is already this good and you get 4 times your money. This tells me that everybody loves Blaney. You know, you talk about that great around the bend.
Yep, everybody loves Blaney.
Put my cut in. I had a good little rendition.
Well, there is a blooper reel. You can see that. You can see that in the Prime Video YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh.
Tyler Reddick trying to climb his way back through the field after losing a lot of spots.
Now Tyler Reddick just got back to the 11th spot, passing by Christopher Bell.
43 of Jones. He was looking a little pressure on Logano, but here comes Byron.
Well, but here comes Bell back to the inside,
Jones into 43.
trying to take back that spot.
Pit stop still required. The top 10 are within 6 seconds of one another. It's a very difficult pit road to get on and off, so much yet to be decided. And Jones had a fast car, went up there to race Logano. Logano air blocked him.
Well, Byron with the run. Oh, watch out, Chad Fincham.
Being air blocked by Joey Logano in a while. Not this next year. That's going to be a tough pass.
As that battle for 4th is going on between Eric Jones and William Byron, the battle for the 11th is starting to swap between Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick.
Because I mean, it's so much about
Oh, watch out.
things get tied off the corner here between these two Toyotas. But once you get blocked, you get out of shape. Now it takes a little bit of time to recover and find your way.
Yeah, that's the problem. Especially on the restarts, if you lose a little momentum by getting in dirty air, everybody takes advantage of you, puts you in bad spots, and it's hard not to lose multiple spots as this battle here continues.
And it looks as though Christopher Bell is going to finally get by Reddick. Yes, he will. That's for the 11th spot.
Junior stage 3, and look who's in the top 10. Yes, Kyle Larson.
What? Kyle Larson up in the top 10? I wasn't even paying attention. I was not even paying attention. Kyle Larson back inside the top 10.
And as Cliff Daniels promised, he told me earlier today, it might take us all night long, but we'll be up there. And guess who was the 3rd fastest car on the racetrack on that last lap? Yes, Kyle Larson. Night not over for the 5 team.
Started in the 28th spot, then got mired back in traffic after that little hiccup he had early in the laps, early in the race. Hung around the top 30, top 25 for most of this race. Now he's up inside the top 10. It is not over for Larson.
Another driver that's having a pretty good night is 41 of Cole Custer, right there in 14th place. You know, Stewart Haas Racing now to Haas Racing.
Haas Factory Team. Haas Factory Team, Dale Jr.
Really didn't know what to expect out of this car this year. A lot of turmoil, and they've been able to really struggle on the racetrack and put cars out there.
Another driver who's been having a very good night so far, Carson Hocevar. He's now working on William Byron, trying to gain on him to get to the 5th spot.
Which I'm a little surprised by that. Jones up the racetrack, and Hocevar is now trying to track down this 24 car on the long run. Trevor. Yeah, a couple spots behind Carson Hocevar, the 23 of Bubba Wallace. Remember earlier?
Yeah, you're not wrong about that, Alessandro. Yeah, Cole Custer is pretty much the most forgettable driver in the Cup Series. I mean, when it comes to the Cup Series.
Bubba said car's really good. I'm just cruising right now.
I would say, too, when things aren't going your way, 3 consecutive finishes outside the top 30, you get the speeding penalty tonight. If you can overcome that and finish in the top 10, and it's that kind of a run that gets you back, does a lot for momentum and adds a lot of belief to the team. And you look at the standings, plus 53 right now.
Yeah, you just would be amazed that what the teams circle on the calendar as the motivating moment of the year, right? We're going to focus on the highlights, the wins, the great runs, great this, but sometimes it's the great recovery, or when your relationship or teamwork's been tested, you've persevered through to have success on the other side. Those can be as important for an organization. Remember, newer crew chief for Bubba Wallace had so much time with Booty Barker on top of the pit box. You know, these type of battles are going to solidify this.
Looking at this battle between Michael McDowell and Chase Elliott. And Chase Elliott, he was up there inside the top 10. Nearly got to the top 5 at one point. But, geez, ever since those cautions kept flying at just after the beginning of Stage 2, he's been marred back in traffic. He's now in the 16th spot. He just took the 16th spot away from Michael McDowell. And McDowell, also another driver who was up inside the top 10. He got marred back in traffic.
Restarts like we had last year.
There we go.
Xfinity win came in Michigan, where we go next week. But 2 weeks is when they circled the calendar. Mexico City. I cannot wait to watch Mexico City celebrate Daniel Suarez.
All right, the final pit window is now open.
Final pit window open, meaning if you pit here, you can make it to the end of the race, no problem on fuel. I only bring that up. These cars, look, I'm gonna be honest. We think they can go further. If we think we don't have much fuel on here, we're lying. Every crew chief down here is holding those cars close to their best. How long they were in the pit box. We knew who had slow stops and fast stops, so I know who has more fuel than others. But we don't really know where any of them are at. You see Jonathan Hasser, crew chief for Blaney, right there on the bottom. Blaney's last pit stop, 10.5 seconds. So that should be 14 or 15 gallons. I always say that because this next wave of pit stops,
Next yellow when? We don't know.
It was detrimental to Denny Hamlin. That adjustment was magical to Ross Chastain, who came down and ran Byron down. You know, who is going to feed into that? Who believes they're one pit stop away from the perfect adjustment?
And now we get into the fourth quarter of the race. You got to be able to finish the deal. Blaney in position right now. He's in front of
Yep, but so far it is still Ryan Blaney trying to check out from Denny Hamlin. Has about a 1.3 second advantage over Hamlin as we're closing in on pit stops.
I noticed things changed. Restream gave me better breathing starting within 5 minutes. It also reduced flare-ups.
Restream won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Restream more than prescribed. Restream may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Restream.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. The heartbeat's strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Meet the IHOP House Faves value menu. Everything's just $6. Like the breakfast faves combo. $6. French toast breakfast, $6. $6 for all this and all that. That's a lot of breakfast for $6. Weekdays at IHOP.
This is just another round of improv.
Told Uncle Sister we were about to bring 3 major players and a whole bunch of clowns. How many is it all?
I'm coming in fast, but I'm coming in last. I'm in that, I'm in that, come on, shit, they poppin' up. Oh, shit, I'm putting it, putting it in my shit.
66 laps to go in Nashville. Let's go to Kim for the Cracker Barrel 400 pit road report.
Yeah, Brian Blaney at the pit lap 2 of this.
All right, and we are back. As Adam just said, 66 laps to go in this race.
We saw Hamlin and Logano battling it out.
They're pushing.
Now Hamlin. Now Blaney's has now opened up to about a 2-second advantage over Hamlin.
Yeah, we told you during the last stop, Denny Hamlin had no brake system inside his car, and now also he has no helmet hose either. Listen to the radio.
Hmm?
Denny Hamlin obviously not very happy with his
No helmet hose for Hamlin.
inside the car have failed.
So I guess that means he can't hear his crew? That's not good.
They'll have no fresh air and no fresh water either.
Oh, no fresh air, no water either for Hamlin. Yikes.
Joey's just been mediocre, said he's finding loose on the long run. They're going to work on that. But in typical fashion, Paul Wolf and that 22 pit crew have figured out a way to get track position for Joey Logano, and he's fighting for everything he's got to hang on to it. They've been around 10th on average lap times, though. Lap times are good for Logano. We just heard Kim talk about Blaney saying, hey, should I save fuel? What is everybody else? All of these crew chiefs are watching all the data for all the different teams to know how hard they are pushing. So if we take a peek at Blaney and how much fuel he's burning, take a look at our burn bar, miles per gallon. This is basically a 4.5 miles per gallon is how far the 12 can go. And each team calculates this on all the other competitors. We calculated on all drivers in the field over the first stage. We kind of get a little bit of a glimpse. If this 12 is trying to stretch it to the finish, we would see that MPG go up. He probably could get to 5.5, even 6 miles per gallon if he was going to stretch this run. But currently, he knows he has some things. He's saving a little
How will
bit
that work for Blaney?
He's just trying to shorten that next pit stop.
Does all the data
How is that going to work for Blaney?
Well, it relieves stress when it works, but when it goes away, the stress spikes out of control. Because, it's like your internet at home. It's really, really good till it stops working and then everything crashes. That's what these teams have really
Wonder what battle this is for as SVG passes Chase Briscoe.
Really good, made some gains in performance. They haven't had a great season up until the last week or two. This driver right here, this 88, Jay Angus Bergen, has really shown out the last couple of races. He had pretty good speed last week in the 600. Top 15. Yes, he's worked really hard to try to improve on the ovals. Here's another good night. Right there,
Just said it. They just said SVG's in top 15.
And hey, 4 of the 13 races, 4 of the next 12 actually after tonight.
Good run for SVG right now. Very good run for SVG for the rookie.
Go out and win a race, put themselves in the playoffs.
You have to wonder how much release this.
My helmet hose sucks. No fresh air, no fresh water.
How long would he be allowed to sort of adapt and learn? You're starting to see the performance. You're starting to see the understanding. He knows, his teammates have about the same amount of pace, and he's able to go out there. He didn't have great race cars when this season started. Couldn't learn how to get around here without a great race car. Now they're giving him good cars.
Nope, SVG's running in the 19th spot right now. Not really top 15 territory, but he's getting there. Hey, a top 21 run for SVG. That is not something to be upset about.
600. They've done an unbelievable job of growing over there.
All right, talk about how important fuel burn was. We talked about
That's certainly nothing to scoff at for SVG.
Fuel can, trying to stay plugged in. Well, look at him. He's going about 4.8 miles per gallon, so his burn is less. Logano, the master, went 110 laps here last time. He's trying to save more gas than Blaney to try to leapfrog him on the pit stop.
What's up, Marty?
And here comes Eric Jones on pit road. The Red Bull paint schemes from 2007 are better than the current Red Bull schemes of this year. On the Gen 4s, yes.
They are going to have to go to the second can, though, for Eric Jones. But doing it under green, what's the advantage of that, Steve?
Making sure that car is fully packed with fuel. Eric Jones is down and away. Now, here comes Hocevar on pit road for his final service of the race.
We're going to see if it works out, though. Hocevar on pit road now, Kim.
Yeah, and their last stop was a little shorter than others, and I asked them if they felt good. They said fuel in the last stop was exactly the number they were aiming for what that's worth. Really happy, though, with the last adjustments, and it was finally rotating. Bounced in slightly, go away.
And here comes his teammate, Michael McDowell. Hocevar is down and away. And here's Chastain on pit road now. McDowell's down and away. Trying to make sure that thing is packed full of fuel. And Chastain's down and away. Here comes Logano in from the third position. And Larson's coming in as well. And Logano's down and away. Oh, that was a bit hot there for Larson, sliding those rear tires. And Larson's down and away. Now Bubba Wallace hits the pits now.
Speaking of recovery, Bubba Wallace's recovery continues. Trevor, in pit road in front of you. Yes, sir. The track time for freeing up for Bubba Wallace. He wants to be a little bit tighter here. But man, this recovery for this team, you can hear it in his voice. He's proud of what they're doing right now.
Bubba Wallace down and away.
Here's what I would say to Ryan Blaney. When you make a pit stop here, do not speed. Your advantage, 3.6 seconds. You can't have a miscue in this situation and give up the advantage.
And think of how many cars missed pit road during practice. We saw, 5 or 6 cars, right?
Now when will the leaders pit?
He's kind of catching traffic. Oh, we're going to catch a
Oh, Blaney's coming in this time. And Riley Herbst is pitting as well.
Smooth entry for Blaney. We'll see if the timing matches the look. He's going to come down to service.
And Chase Elliott's getting serviced up. Busher's on pit road. Elliott's down and away.
Yeah, that car for Ryan Blaney, biggest complaint was it built a little tight on the long run, but starts to work its way back to neutral.
No mistakes.
The box, the crew's going to go to work. We'll see how long this stop is. Right side tires go on. Go gear tight. You see that second cam.
Nope, Hamlin stays out. And Blaney's down and away. Looked like it was a solid stop for the 12 team. Neiman checks in, Briscoe's in.
Everything's successful for Blaney. He'll go back on the racetrack. I think he has to feel good about it. Now the question is Hamlin, Byron, the other cars up front, what they do. Kim, 19, also on pit road.
Also Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and Zane Smith. Allmendinger just made his service. 19's down and away. Bell getting serviced up. And Bell's down and away. Same with Kyle Busch. Zane Smith getting serviced up. Reddick's getting serviced up. Byron's on pit road. Custer's on pit road. Same with Suarez.
Rudy Fugle had told his driver, we are going to go a little bit long on this. Just Byron complaining, tiny late entry to center, loose off. He just needs it to last longer for these last 50 laps, is what he told the crew.
A little bit slow on the right front for Byron. A little bit slow for Byron on the left front.
Normally we show this very close blend. It isn't close because right here, Ryan Blaney did just what you wanted him to do, Adam. No trouble on and off pit road. Very, very clean. It's really just a question of the cycle now. Hamlin out here running long. What does he want? He wants a caution because Logano's a lap down. Blaney would probably get his track position back. He's still in the lead lap, but it'd be a huge advantage for Hamlin to come pit with 4 tires on it and all the fuel required under yellow.
So the 12 did their job. They executed.
They did.
Now you just have to hope that the racing gods are shining on you and we don't get an untimely caution in the middle of the cycle. Hamlin, Cindric, SVG, Austin Dillon, Keselowski, all those guys up there at the top.
Yeah, that's what Blaney's hoping for. Not an ill-timed caution. But Hamlin's hoping for a caution. We'll see what happens.
We heard that report from Marty, the driver. You see him visor up. No air getting to the helmet. Look at those eyes. I'm not sure he's blinked since we've been watching him right here. He is absolutely focused.
Oh, look at those eyes. Hamlin is locked in. He is focused. It's like he's...
Chris Gale's Hail Mary here, Steve, to make up those 3.5 seconds is he wants Denny Hamlin to, quote, run it to the switch till it's all the way out. They can flip the switch. They have a little bit of a reserve tank, and Hamlin will do that and go as far as they can go, hoping that somehow he can make up these 3.5 seconds.
Not just somehow, but the question of fuel on board will be answered. When they get to the switch, he then knows it. Has to run to the finish. extra fuel, we are talking quarts. We aren't measuring in the gallons. We're measuring in the quarts at this point.
Chris Gale, first-year crew chief with Denny Hamlin. They've won twice this year, and Hamlin making his 700th career start here tonight.
So look at the burn bar, 4.7 miles per gallon. I think some of that is just the older tires. He can't burn as much fuel because he doesn't have the grip. I think he's probably going as hard as he can, although Hamlin is so good at sending it out the window. There it is.
Yep, Hamlin's coming on pit road this time by.
That's how much fuel they need. You heard the car stumble.
Yep, Hamlin's coming in this time by.
And that'll be the race when Hamlin comes up in the 12 coming back around.
Absolutely. The 12 has to finish his lap. He has a whole lap to make up. The question now is, what do they have? I'm assuming. But is it a 9-second pit stop? We've seen a lot of 10 and a half, Marty.
Here he comes.
The time here, to your point, Steve, and that was very well timed for the 11 because he hit the switch on the backstretch. We heard that radio live. Now they're going to
There he goes. Down and away.
We'll see where he cycles out with
Down and away for Hamlin.
Behind the 12 cars with the start finish now. But remember, he also has a little bit of pressure there. Will they pay off over the last 4
Yep, there's Blaney right by him. No contest.
The race leader. There are other cars we haven't pitted. So Blaney, first car to make it on fuel, on board with Hamlin. There's Hocevar in the 77. Great shot. Hamlin sees that too. He's like, oh man, I gotta get the 77.
Wait a second.
These other cars
Did
have to go, but out in front of Logano, out in front of Jones, out in front of Byron. So the pit stop cycle for Hamlin running long.
Did Hocevar just leapfrog Hamlin, Logano, Jones? Wait a second, huh? Wait a minute. Does that mean Hocevar is going to be provisional P2? Once green flag pit stops have cycled, Cindric is pitting. Same with SVG. Cindric and SVG now head to the pits. Josh Berry's now pitting.
in stage 3 with 42 to go. Now, the interesting thing for Cindric is that the car was stuck in 5th gear.
Ty Gibbs is on pit road.
He said he can downshift, but he has to use the clutch. So he's been busy behind the wheel. We'll see how this exit of pit road looks like. It looks pretty clean there for a guy who's been struggling with it.
I'm sure Hocevar did pit. I think Hocevar did pit. Yeah, Hocevar did pit.
Look at all this talking about Hamlin, and we were talking about Logano, and here's the 77. He was 6th in the cycle.
Oh my. Oh my.
Remember last week we were talking about Hamlin and fuel and all these things, and next week we blinked, and Chastain was on the scene with the fastest car here, right? Has Hocevar found that magic to run down Blaney? He's again a little bit quicker than Blaney the last lap. Pretty impressive.
Second-year driver, won a truck race here a couple of years ago in Carson Hocevar.
Looking at your pile on Dylan, Keselowski, Berry, all running, looking for this yellow. You see a
Oh
little
my
bit
gosh.
last time on the pile.
There's Josh Berry, who's being passed by the drivers that did pit.
For all three, Keselowski has admitted we need to win a race at this point. I think Dylan feels like a win would be the best thing for these guys to make.
Yeah, Hocevar did pit.
So we're really focused on.
So he's really going to be provisional P2 once the pit stop cycle. So the only drivers that have yet to pit are Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, and Josh Berry.
Think about the way Austin Dillon has won some races in his career. Been very creative. I go back to that first career win, Coke 600 2017, when they played the fuel mileage game. He's out front right now, Trevor.
Yeah, the 48 back bumper. It's just a bumper. It's not painted or wrapped or anything.
Josh Berry up there as well, trying to overcome the penalty. Third driver in that line hanging on before making the pit stop.
Hamlin is making up time. Hocevar is making up time. This is why. Blaney has run into the back of traffic. The 42 of John Hunter, not doing anything wrong, but it has become very challenging.
Yeah, Blaney's caught up in traffic right now.
Behind him,
That's clean air that Hocevar is in, but Blaney is in dirty air, trying to get by this traffic that's hindering his progress right now.
Can Hocevar get through traffic cleaner? Yeah, it's not just this one or two cars. There's about 6 or 7 cars right here in front of Blaney that he's going to have to find his way by.
For the schemes, they use warping paper? I believe so. Either that or they just paint. Take your pick, I guess.
A little bit of both, and I think this is with the veteran champion of Ryan Blaney is what they want to lean on. He can be emotional on the radio, but I don't see that hurt his lap time. And I think at this point, he just needs to focus the 42. He gets emotional because his IQ of racing is so high. He knows what's happening behind him. He doesn't need an update. Last lap on the racetrack, you run it.
Oh, wrapping paper. Oh. Oh, little wiggle there from Blaney. Bit of a wiggle there from Blaney. Oh, Dillon's coming in this time. Austin Dillon's coming onto pit road now.
Pushing the car, trying to get by this lap traffic, getting more and more frustrated every corner. And this is Nemechek. Nemechek's already 1 lap down. Look at the time that Blaney's losing here. And just remind everybody, left side, look at the difference in tires over here, right? Blaney 18 laps, Hamlin only 10. It's 8 laps pressure, but at this point in the race, it all matters. Look at this slide, Dale. It's a really big moment inside the car.
Here it is. Whoa, ho, ho. Yep, Blaney got really squirrely on the entrance to turn 3.
Tim was an outstanding spotter. He was a racer. He knows what this is all about. A great race car driver. He's the kind of guy you want up on top of the stand that knows what it's like to be inside that car and how to calm you down.
And Josh Berry's on pit road. He's giving it up. So the only driver that's left to pit is Brad Keselowski.
But you know, Vita will work forever with Harvick. And when Harvick retires, he comes over and now he works with Ryan Blaney. He has really found the sweet spot. And now we're at that emotional point where that bright yellow Menards paint scheme is so good for a spotter, but it is absolute motivation for Carson Hocevar. Because here you are on board, but look up in the distance. You see that bright yellow.
And Keselowski's on pit road. So green flag pit stops have now cycled through.
It proves to Carson that his style is working. And now this is truly the battle for the lead.
Yep, this is for the battle for the win now.
Austin Dillon. Everything is cycled through. Blaney just under 3 seconds in front of Hocevar and Hamlin inside of 4 seconds back. Blaney just about 3/10 slower than Hocevar. Still trying to get through lap.
Blaney's doing everything he can to try to get by this traffic, but here comes Hocevar. Just remember, Hocevar too is going to have to battle through this traffic.
Riding on board the FanDuel camera on the roof of Hocevar's car. Look, better tires, you point out, Dale. I think it's more than lap time. You know, we talk tires aren't a huge advantage. I don't think they are just how fast you can go, but I do think it makes a big difference on how fast you can pass. I think those pressure tires allow you to get the car to that quarter panel that we've been talking about and make the passes quicker. 29 laps to go. Less than 15 minutes.
Yep, Hamlin will have to battle the traffic as well, as he's trying to close in on Hocevar for second.
He was 3/10 slower that lap. And so when they came back out on the racetrack in the middle of the pit cycle, it was about 4, maybe a little more than 4 seconds between these two drivers. It's now down to 2.5 seconds. This traffic, though, in front of Hocevar is going to really challenge him to continue to close that gap. And here comes the blue car back there, Hamlin.
Oh, watch out. Watch out, JJ Yeley. Watch out, JJ Yeley.
By the way, early congratulations to Denny Hamlin and his fiance Jordan, because they're expecting a baby boy anytime. We didn't know Hamlin was going to race here tonight, right? So he goes home, could have a new baby here this week.
Sorry about that, NASCAR Fan 33. That's my dad watching the baseball game. Sorry.
Struggle a little bit with those cars in front of him. Sometimes, though, once you're a lap down, I don't know if you need to, but I've seen drivers kind of just not give up, but allow a driver pass easier than the leader. Because remember, when Blaney passes you, that's putting you a lap down. Hocevar or Hamlin, you're already a lap down. Hocevar is now struggling, running 330s. He's lost about 2/10 in the last lap.
Now Hamlin has now caught up to Carson Hocevar. But can Hocevar or can Hamlin pass Hocevar? Because as I said multiple times, catching them is one thing, passing them a whole different scenario.
Byron and Jones going at it as they have multiple times tonight. Bubba
Yep.
Wallace right behind them.
Yep, that's right.
7th spot. Would love to get 2 more spots, make his night even better.
Great comebacks for Wallace and Larson.
Wallace hasn't finished in the top 30 in the last 3 races. Losing tons of points to the bubble there at the cut line. Close call for the 88 SVG. Had a great run last
25
week.
laps to go.
Coca-Cola 600, NASCAR's longest race. Well, look at this big correction.
Whoa. Whoa, jeez. Hang on with SVG. Oh, Todd Gilliland with a big run. That was close.
That lap car, it's like just shutting all the downforce off of the car immediately, like a big light switch. Now Blaney's got some traffic in front of him. All of these cars lined up. They're not going to be easy to pass.
Yeah, Blaney's still got traffic, but so does Hocevar. He too has to battle through this traffic to try to challenge Blaney.
He's a Michigan native. Go racing in Michigan next Sunday. What a homecoming it would be if you return.
Oh, he just clears Ty Dillon.
Your first career Cup victory, 23 to go. He's second behind Blaney.
And Hocevar's doing a great job. And as he tries to approach this lap traffic, he just needs to keep that in mind. Like, hey, obviously we want to go up here and try to win this race, but we also need to finish. If we got a second place car, we need to bring it home in second. That same exact thought is what I think the 23.
This is the battle for the sixth spot between Bubba Wallace and Eric Jones, as Bubba Wallace takes over that spot. But Eric Jones trying to fight back to the inside, but nope, Bubba Wallace holds off the challenge.
But it could have been much worse and a much needed swing of momentum after the final 3.
That 8th place finish in Talladega, the only top 10 for the organization in the last 5 races in 23-11.
And Danny put him on notice. He wants to see more out of the organization. So Bubba responded today.
Reddick was great last week, had the speeding penalty. Had some problems here tonight. He's at 11th right now as we hit 20.
And Carson Hocevar working through the traffic, trying to get to the 12 car. Whoa, Dillon, where is he going? Where is Austin Dillon going?
But Hocevar, even in this traffic, is still not, he's closed in a little bit. Remember earlier in the day, we heard a lot of people talking about brake fade, brake shape, brake issues. 81 lap run where they're absolutely pushing the hardest. Still have 21 laps to go. So if we run this green to the finish, it'll be the longest thing. See right here. Oh,
whoa.
Moment for the 3. You wonder if that's a break.
Big moment from the 3. Got a little loose, but he was able to gather it back up.
It's been wild to see him save some of those slides.
Don't tell Blaney about any of this. I mean, he'd have a heart attack behind the wheel because he does not want a caution here.
No, I'm hopeful that they're telling Blaney, look, the lead's kind of flattened out a little bit, and they're in the same amount of traffic that you are. What you're feeling, they're also feeling back there behind the cars that they're chasing. 19 laps to go. Actually, the lead is growing a little bit. That's a good point, Dale.
Ryan Blaney, he so wants to win this race. He so wants to win this season. After coming so close and having tough luck, no matter what. He had a dominant performance at Homestead until he blew an engine in the final stage. Kept getting caught up in big ones, like at Talladega, the Daytona 500, and at Las Vegas. Got caught up in someone else's situations. Just never could catch a break. Now he's trying to turn that luck around.
Yes, would he love to win this race? Absolutely, but bigger than that, they have been fast this year
600. But Dale, you and I talked about it, Adam.
Yeah, but overall for the Cup race at Nashville, this has been very, very solid. This has been a very, very solid and good race.
Always waving the 3-by right here. Yeah, so right there, I think only 4 off the cut line. Yeah, the 3 pitted so much later. He's got a little bit better tire, so he's trying to let it go by. You must know that he's struggling.
Yeah, Hocevar was gaining on Blaney, but that was when Hocevar had the clean air. Now he's in the middle of lap traffic. Same with Blaney, and the gap has kind of stabilized at about 2.5 seconds. At Darlington, Blaney passed Reddick to what looked like a guaranteed win. Then Larson wrecks overtime, and Blaney loses another race this season also. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, like almost immediately after Blaney took the lead away from Tyler Reddick with less than 5 laps to go, caution comes out and pit crew screws it up on the pit stop.
But if we're being honest, he's crossed the line a lot. Not afraid, not apologetic.
He comes over 9:15 a lot. Well, he definitely misses his curve.
9's not over yet. He's still got to hold off this 11 car, Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, how about Carson Hocevar? After getting a little scuffle with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's kind of fought it back to a top 5 run, running in second spot. I know he wants to win, but I don't think he's gonna get it tonight. There's just too much traffic for him to encounter, and the laps are quickly running out.
Racetrack is so frustrated with the guy in front of them that their patience is just going to snap with 12 to go.
Right there, what we saw, Denny goes to the top of the racetrack. Hey, go get some clean air. It didn't work. Hocevar actually gained time on him. What happened is, as we've gotten late into this race, it's gotten bottom dominant. The track's cooled off, and the cars now are feeding down the racetrack to where the grip.
Yep, lap times are about even now for the leaders. Lap times are about even for the leaders because of the lap traffic they're encountering. Meanwhile, this is the battle for the 9th spot as Ross Chastain and Christopher Bell swap positions. Now here comes Tyler Reddick to the inside of Christopher Bell, trying to go for 10th.
They keep going at it. They're kind of both hung up behind the one, and they keep trading the spot back and forth between each other. Multiple laps side by side.
Chastain not going to win 2 in a row.
Nope.
When you think about their performance,
But Reddick's still hanging on to the inside, side by side for the 10th spot, as we have 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go from Nashville.
It's also a 700 career start, and look at this list. The who's who of 700 starts from the Ironman Ricky Running Ames, Bobby Allison, Rusty, Harvick, Richard, and Jeff Gordon. No one's ever rang the bell. No one's ever gone to victory lane on their 700th career start. Denny Hamlin, currently 3rd. He would match Jeff Gordon at Darlington, May 2013. It would be a heck of a name. You know, he's got to be on the list. It's just a question is what's the number that's going to be next.
Denny Hamlin in his 700th start, running in the 3rd position right now.
What this guy is doing is just remarkable over such a long period of time. Talking about Denny Hamlin 3rd right now.
And for the 10th spot, it looks as though Tyler Reddick will get by Christopher Bell. Now he's setting his sights on Ross Chastain, trying to go for 9th. For the 9th spot.
Bottom of the screen there. Looked like Reddick was putting the fight to Chastain's position.
And as for Ryan Blaney, little wiggle for the 1 car, Ross Chastain. And here comes Tyler Reddick to the inside, trying to take advantage. But this has been a solid run for Ross Chastain too, coming off a huge win in the Coca-Cola 600 last week, running solidly in the top 10. Good run for Chastain. Now can he stay there? Because here comes Christopher Bell to the inside, going for 10th.
Looks like one car just lost all the tires here late in the race.
It's that moment of the race where I know drivers take absolute fight that they can find just a little more with 7 or 6 to go, right? Try to hold that one guy off or go get that 1 point. Oh, this is gonna get
that's tight. Jeez, that is tight. Jeez, get out of the way, Fincham, please.
Ross fires it off down in turn 1, trying to
Just Rebel dives it in, trying to get the momentum, but Chastain has the run off the top side. And Kyle Busch right behind this battle. How about that for Kyle Busch? Running in the 12th spot. He was inside the top 10 at one point. But a good run, especially in that zone car. That zone car is usually the cursed car or the bad luck car that Kyle Busch runs. But so far, a solid run for Kyle Busch. But anyways, about 5 laps to go in this race for Ryan Blaney. He's trying to get to the final lap. The only flag that Ryan Blaney needs to see is the white flag. He's 4 laps away from doing so. Now it looks as though we're starting to see a battle for second starting to heat up between Denny Hamlin and Carson Hocevar. And as of right now, Blaney can just chill out. He could just chill out at this point. He's got a good enough gap, 3.2 seconds over the battle for second. He can just chill out and hope that there's no yellow.
But you mentioned it earlier in the weekend, Steve. You got that speed. That's the hardest thing to obtain. Just keep focused, because if you keep showing up to the racetrack with fast race cars, nights like tonight,
through turns 3 and 4. This time by 2 laps to go. 2 to go for Ryan Blaney. About 2.5 more miles.
Celebration out of the 12 team, because it's easy to say the DNFs don't matter. You have to win, then they really don't.
He's like, quick, get to the white, get to the white. Blaney's saying that right now, trying to look for his first win of the season. Through turns 3 and 4, and it looks as though he's going to get there. And here he comes, off turn number 4. White flag, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank for Ryan Blaney. 1.3 miles away from his first win of the season. After so much disappointment and so much bad luck, from engine failures, DNFs, to bad finishes, it all's coming out. It seems as though it's coming all together this race for Ryan Blaney as he goes through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. After an awesome pit strategy, Ryan Blaney comes off turn number 4. The wait is over, and Ryan Blaney wins in Music City. GG Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney, first win of the season, and he gets the guitar. Ryan Blaney gets the guitar. How about that?
Joey Logano gets it, goes on to win the championship this year. We end the race with 102 consecutive laps under green, and on the long haul, number 12 knocks it out of the park.
Spotter, congratulations, Spotter, Tim Phelan. This is a new partnership. Pretty impressive, the speed that the Penske Fords have had this year. Usually we see this team sort of come on around the playoffs when it really matters, but they have shown some really great speed. That's got to have the rest of the field on notice, because we know they're going to keep getting better toward the end of the year to that playoff run.
They're ahead of schedule. It went 0 for 14 to start a year ago, and all 4 of their cars have won this year when you put Josh Berry in the mix because of the Wood Brothers partnership at Team Penske, and he's going to salute the fans. A sellout crowd tonight in Nashville, and they're happy to see Ryan Blaney get to victory lane. Career wins for Blaney. 5 races in Nashville, 5 different winners. And we've now had 9 winners in 2025.
playoff field is over half full.
There's the celebration we've been wanting to see out of Ryan Blaney. It's burning it down in Music City. Played the fuel strategy right, had a great pit stop overall, and he gets it done.
Wins now for Team Penske as an organization, tied with Junior Johnson and Associates for Ford.
Dang, 153 wins for Penske. Wow.
And now we can officially say welcome to the 2025 playoffs, Ryan Blaney.
Yep. And here he comes, climbing out of the car. The season of disappointment is over for Blaney. His first win of the season for the 2023 champ.
He made the trek to Nashville early this week, and he leads a spot in the playoffs. A checkered flag and a trophy. We'll find a young fan in the stands once he gets this.
And there's a tradition. Gets the checker flag, and he'll look for a young fan to give the checker flag to. And there it is.
Delivered personally by the race winner to that young fan. I'll tell you, Ryan, after another frustrating week last weekend in Charlotte, were you beginning to wonder, is this ever going to happen, that you would get to the playoffs with a win?
I never gave up hope, that's for sure. We've had a great speed all year, just hasn't really, been the best year for us as far as good fortune. But
Led 139 laps, most laps tonight.
It was great to finish one out tonight.
How much did the game change for you guys on the 12 team when Hassler made the call for the two-tire stop at the end of stage one and you got all that track position?
Yeah, I thought it was a good call. We drove up to 7th there in the first stage. I thought 2 tires were great. I thought my car was really good. And that really set us up for the rest of the race. So great job by him as always. All the 12 boys, appreciate what they do. Big crew was great. Appreciate Menards, Cardell, Ford Motor Company, Ross Chastain Engines. I just got tire Wabash, Ward Snap-on Decks, Imaging Body Armor, a lot. Advanced Auto Parts. Everything what they do, it's nice that it's finally happening. So I'm ready to go celebrate.
Now, normally you don't do burnouts after a win, but Corey LaJoy loves to grade burnouts, so I'm sure he's very happy you gave him one.
I didn't think it was very good, but
Oh, wow. He didn't think the burnout was good? Come on, Blaney. Come on, Blaney.
They liked it, and Corey will grade it here in a little bit. Ryan Blaney wins in front of the sold-out house here at Nashville Superspeedway.
All right.
Unbelievable speed win. What a weekend. What a night for Ryan Blaney. Went to stage.
Ryan Blaney's 14th career win in the Cup Series.
He's able to secure his first win of 2025. Another great result for Blaney, but another great result too for young driver Carson Hocevar. We've seen the speed out of this kid.
Once again, just like in Atlanta, Carson Hocevar 1 spot short of victory. But I know his day is coming. Hocevar's day is coming. I'm sure of it.
That's an impressive top 5 to be included within. Hocevar, the youngest full-time driver in the field.
Much needed great finishes for both the 23 and the 45 2311 cars. Yep, Tyler Reddick rallied back to I believe a top 10. I believe both drivers finished in the top 10 for both Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace overcoming adversity after that speeding penalty he had in the first stage, rallied back to a top 10 run. How about that? Well, folks, that about wraps it up for Nashville. Now, I got to say, once again, it delivered. Nashville really delivered for the next-gen standards, for the next-gens at this race. And thank God it wasn't like last year when it was a good race until the ridiculousness with 5 overtimes happening last year. Thank God that wasn't the case this year. But honestly, once again, as I just said, it delivered once the next gens, because the next gen's bread and butter tracks are the intermediates, and especially since Nashville Superspeedway is a concrete track, it was a bit challenging for drivers to try to pass, especially on the inside line and the outside lines. You can get beside one another, but you just cannot have the momentum once you carry off them unless you're on the high side and get a huge run down the backstretch to get alongside, but you just cannot pass unless you get the driver in front of them to make a mistake. But that's how it is nowadays with the next gens. I don't know what I'm saying, but anyways, congratulations to Ryan Blaney after what looked like a season of disappointment for Ryan Blaney with all the DNFs, the bad lucks he had from wrecks to blown engines to bad pit strategy. It all turned around tonight for Ryan Blaney as he dominated this race, leading 139 of 300 laps and got the guitar. He gets the guitar in Music City. So I'm pretty sure Ryan Blaney's going to have to take some music lessons if he wants to play the guitar, but I doubt that'll happen, but we'll see. And at the end of the day, once again, another second place run for the young Carson Hocevar after battling for the win last week at the Coca-Cola 600 when he looked like he was in position to win for the first time. Blown engine, he rebounds to another second place finish here in Nashville. And as I just said, that kid's day is coming. He just needs to clean up his act when he gets into drivers on the track. We saw what he did to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at the beginning of stage 2. So outside of his talent, he really needs to clean up his attitude when it comes to racing drivers on the racetrack and not just driving through people. But that kid's got a lot of talent, and I'm sure he's going to win a bunch of races once he gets to the next step. But we'll see what happens. But anyways, that wraps it up for Nashville Superspeedway. Another solid race overall. As a rating, I'll give this race in between an 8 and an 8.5 out of 10. It was a very solid race. Not elite like we saw last week at the Coca-Cola 600, but it was still up there for Nashville standards. But anyways, congratulations to Ryan Blaney on dominating at Nashville Superspeedway and getting the guitar. Next week, they're off to Michigan, the Irish Hills of Michigan. So we'll see what happens next week in the Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan for Michigan International Speedway. So we'll see what happens there. But until then, it's been your boy Cito Brown. You all have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you guys next Sunday for Cup reactions from Michigan International Speedway. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more live streaming content like this. So, until then, peace out, y'all.